Hey, where are you? Oh my gosh, why is my camera's like all skewed? How you doing? It's Mike. I'm back. So busy. But I do have to do TADHYA, the TADHYA cover for Quinn. This obviously is not it, but I really think I'm going to do something not too dissimilar from this for the TADHYA cover. Sorry, for those who didn't see this, there's the layers.
Onions.
This was the cover for the latest issue of Game of Thrones, Clash of Kings. And I liked the way this looks. And you know me, I really like to do covers that are kind of like movie poster Drusen-y kind of designy covers. But Weldon and Kanan already did covers that are like that. So I was really thinking, what's up, Quinn?
What is up, dude? Let me get my audio.
What is up?
All
right. So I was thinking of doing something more along the lines of just a great big face, and then maybe doing some skirting it with some other stuff going on, like maybe the witches in the woods kind of like at the bottom. But the whole Matt and Kanan kind of went in and designed the way I usually design covers, so I don't want to just do a third movie poster-esque kind of cover. So yeah. I was thinking about that. And there's my cat. Come on, Max.
Yeah. Well,
you want to see Max? Everybody wants to see Max. Oh, there's a big boy. The big boy.
Max.
Okay, get off.
I can't see Max. Is your camera on? I can't see it.
Yeah, it's on. But are you? What are you looking at? You're on StreamYard, right?
Yeah, I'm on StreamYard, but like your thing is just blank. But I don't know.
Really? How about now?
Yeah, the whole screen is just gray. But I can see your blacklist. You'll believe in heroes again.
Really?
Like there's like a little half of something right at the bottom. Yeah, it's weird. Is it like that on YouTube?
I don't know. Let me go look on YouTube.
It might just be me because I know my like. That's why I'm audio only. Oh, there you go. Yeah. I see you now.
Oh, okay. Right on. Okay. Right on. Well, that'll work then. All right. Let me. All right. Let me close the door because it's noisy. Quinn.
I think it might have been something on my end anyway.
Why did you only give me 6 months to do this cover?
I don't know. I thought 6 months would be enough to draw one cover. No.
I know I'm the worst. All right, so let's see.
I'm just happy that you're drawing one for me.
Yeah, man.
And Kanan and Matthew. That's crazy.
Dude, Kanan's cover is so sick.
I know. Like, Jesus Christ. When I saw that, I was like, dude, holy crap.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so excited now, though. I can't believe it's finally happening. I'm going to tweet this out and post about it on YouTube.
Ooh, share it on your YouTube. That's where you're
exactly what I was going to do.
Right on. Everyone, banners, like and share. Please don't come in here making all the noise. I'm streaming. Quinn's like, I forgot what it was like to stream at Mike's house.
Oh yeah. All the regrets. No.
It can get a little manic at times. So you haven't been on for a while. Why don't you catch everybody up on where you've been, what you're up to? I mean, obviously tomorrow is the big day. I've been prepping my audience to make sure they all back you on the first day. So
excellent, guys. Well, yeah. So we've been working on getting TADHYA ready and getting the campaign ready to launch tomorrow. I personally have been moving. I moved literally all the way across the country from like in like a very short span of time. It was very sudden from like Georgia to Northern California. So that's something that's been going on during the process of trying to get this graphic novel ready and introduced to the world. Yeah, so we've had Kanan White draw a cover, and Matthew Weldon is tirelessly working, completing
Mm-hmm.
it. And Mike is just about to start his, and I'm about to tweet and post about it on YouTube. Let's see.
I'm going to do kind of a similar look that Matt was doing, unless you have an idea for what.
I like the concept that you were describing initially to me.
Yeah.
Like the face. Mm-hmm.
Because I want to do those me and my curls.
I love your
Matt's so
curls,
mad
man.
I designed a character with so many curls.
I dig the curls, man. When you drew that first concept picture of TADHYA with all the curls, I was like, yeah, that was great. Let's see. Okay, I'll take this picture right here.
All right. Quinn's volume is low. Well,
my volume is low. How is that, guys? Is that better?
Whoa, hey, there you go. That's not low at all.
Yeah. So, pardon me, guys, if I seem distracted. I'm just letting everybody know that I'm streaming over here on the Blacklist Universe channel.
Right on.
Okay.
Bright Glory says, "Congratulations on a successful move."
Thank you so much. It was definitely stressful.
Wait, but you're not done yet, right? Did you find a permanent place?
We still haven't found a permanent place yet, but we are kind of like settled in a house in a short-term rental.
And where did you find a roommate? Did he move with you, or is
my roommate is Dave from Lucifer Means Lightbringer.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So he left Chicago.
Yeah, we decided we both wanted to move at the same time, so we figured, like, why not? Let's be roommates for like a year or something.
Yeah, that was weird because I was like, wow, how does his roommate know all this? Because I was listening to you talk about Game of Thrones, and it's like, wow, he found a roommate who knows as much about Game of Thrones.
Right. So I'm roommates with another Game of Thrones YouTuber.
Yeah, nice. Well, it'll be much easier for you to make videos together now.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Wait, are you guys gonna just have one studio, or are you gonna have two studios in the house to record?
We're definitely gonna have separate spaces, but we were like definitely conceptualizing like a singular studio for like that both of us can use as well.
I think you should just get a green screen, and then you can just both have different backgrounds.
Yeah, I already do have a green screen, and I've been utilizing it recently in some of my videos, and it's been working pretty good. Yeah, I just started using the green screen stuff.
The TADHYA update is in the chat, and it is in the description, so please do get over there and sign up. Launch tomorrow. Are you going to do the special tier for the mailing list?
It's there, yeah. They get discounts.
Yeah,
you can get a discount on the signed hardcover and a discount on the signed paperback. So it's
they're secret tiers.
They are secret tiers. It's 20% off of the paperback, and you can get 50% off the signed hardcover.
Nice, but you have to sign up for the mailing list to get the link to the secret tier. So
absolutely,
that's how
and you have to do that before we launch.
Yep. All right. Oops. Sorry, my image disappeared here. I wonder how close Weldon is being. He seems to have given her a little younger, rounder face. Was that suggested by you, or was that just him?
No, that was his interpretation, which I don't mind. It's just, yeah. I'm already liking what I'm seeing, Mike.
It's Sinead O'Connor.
Yeah. Baldia.
I remember it.
Okay.
So did you get any have you talked to anybody else, like Gray Area or anybody about
Gray Area might be coming on? Yeah, I specifically talked to her. Yeah, so she says she's willing to support me in any way.
Sweet.
She's a good friend of mine, actually, so yeah, I can pretty much have her on at any time. She's super, super cool. We love Gray Area.
Yeah, I've only ever talked to her in DMs. So we've still never been on a stream, I don't think.
She's super nice. She's super, super nice.
Cool.
She's a fire breather on Twitter, but she's super nice. And speaking of Twitter, let me post the link to Twitter now that I have posted it to YouTube.
Nice. And then I have no idea what's going on with Green Hand.
Green Hand?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They keep going back and forth on, we're done. We're not streaming anymore together. And then next time I turn it on, they're streaming together. I'm like, I don't know what's happening.
I don't know. We're drawing a cover live. Yeah, I have no idea. I tried to talk to Mary Ellen the other day, but I think she was like super busy on something. She couldn't get back to me.
Are you broadcasting or just hanging out?
Sup, Dave?
On his channel. Yep, it's Dave in the background.
We'll just call him Background Dave.
All right, so let me.
Now, I forget, what color are her eyes?
Do I specifically say they're like dark brown, dark black.
Brown. Okay, cool.
Dark brown, basically. Yeah. I didn't give her like crazy looking eyes or anything. Thanks, buddy. Unlike Mother Silas, who has silver eyes for a very specific reason, which I'm not really.
Full of silver.
I don't think that's it. If you cut her, she just bleeds silver.
Yeah, where was that? There was a movie with a character who bled silver.
Was it Wolverine? I know he has like the
adamantium. No.
I remember there's a scene in like X in one of the movies where he's like fighting Lady Deathstroke and like he puts the adamantium in her like face and like her eyes.
Yeah, he overloaded her with adamantium.
Yeah, I remember that scene from when I was a wee boy.
So funny. I forget, man. You're young enough to be my kid.
Yeah. I just turned 26 though, so I'm a little bit older than the last time you saw me. We spoke.
Oh, 26, really?
Yes, I am 26.
Oh, I for some reason I thought you turned like 24.
No, I'm not quite that young.
Yeah. I forget, dude. I'm old. I forget.
Okay. Just tweeting.
So while we're here, tell the audience all about TADHYA as much as you can get away with.
As soon as I hit send on this tweet.
All right. Yeah, you can give it a minute and then.
And tweet.
So
join us for the stream. Be here or be square.
Or be
losers. No, I'm kidding.
You can be
all right, guys. So yeah. Oh, Mike, that looks so good so far. So yeah, TADHYA is the story of a young girl who is caught in between this whole thing between this coven of witches and this king guy. And that's TADHYA at the end. No, I'm kidding. No, seriously though. TADHYA is a horror fantasy graphic novel that is inspired by many different things. I've taken various elements from real world mythology, switched them up, changed them in various places to help them fit my story. So there's a lot of like names that you might recognize, like Baelor, the Fomore, Hecate, goddesses and spirits and all sorts of stuff from the real world that's been altered slightly, like I said, for this story. And it is a story about a coven of witches who have a several decades long plan to restore the balance of Marath, they say, but it is really them shaping, or at least attempting to shape the kingdom in the way they see fit. All right. And so their whole plan is to create TADHYA for a specific goal. And that specific goal, I have talked about this previously, but I'm kind of shying away talking about what it is specifically. So yeah, I'll let that be revealed. But the whole thing is they've gone to great extremes to create TADHYA, this girl TADHYA, to the point where they don't even fully know if they will be able to ultimately control her. And they don't even fully realize or fully comprehend the magic that they use to create her. And so that's what's going on. There's
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that, by the way, because it's kind of an issue I have with Star Wars.
Mhm.
is that everyone, the Jedi think they know what the Force is,
Mhm.
and the Sith think they know what the Force is. But to me, it's like these are guys grasping at straws, trying to understand essentially a force of nature.
Absolutely.
Right, but it's so beyond their understanding that they're like they have these to me it's like the Force is the light side because of how
Mhm.
you're using it, and then the Force
Absolutely.
is the dark side because of how they're using it, and it's not in and of itself something that has its own will, so it's just being tapped into, sort of like what you're talking about.
Yeah. All right. And I guess I can get into some of the tangential elements of TADHYA that aren't like necessarily straight up revealed or like mentioned in the first book. Well, so basically, I set up this kind of mythology. So there's three kind of, I would guess, call them heavenly aspects. There's Baelor, who is consumption, darkness, and then there is Hecate, firelight. You get that dichotomy, and then there is the other. We'll talk about that guy later. But basically, these three aspects existed at the beginning of time, and the mortal realm is the realm of Hecate, which Baelor has invaded and is beginning to invade. And there have been various people that have worshipped Baelor at several points in history. In fact, I mentioned in TADHYA, which this story also has the potential to be like maybe a spinoff backstory at some point. There's in Eldon, where TADHYA grew up, there's like the mines, the mountain range that surrounds it. And it says in TADHYA that it wasn't always called Eldon, and that there were people that were here way before this place was even settled. So there was people that lived in those mountains that called themselves the Warlocks of the Mountain, or at least they were called the Warlocks of the Mountain. There's all sorts of legends about those guys, but basically they were worshippers of Baelor. And a long time ago, it went wrong and it corrupted those mines forever. So there's all sorts of bad things that goes on in the mines and happen. So people tend to, there's all sorts of stories that come out of those mines. All right, so that's one. So yeah, like I was saying, but yeah, I was talking about like maybe going back into doing a backstory and explaining more about it. So the way I was like conceptualizing it is just like the daughters of Hecate, who kind of like tap into the power of this goddess Hecate and try and bend it and use it for their own will. These warlocks of the mountain guys basically did the same thing with Baelor. And you see the thing that I'm doing by putting this backdrop in here and saying that you have these people that worshipped one of these aspects, one of these god beings, and it went horribly wrong. And now you have that happening again. So is it going to go horribly wrong this time? So that's basically what I'm setting up there by mentioning that element tangentially. Yeah. That's what's going on.
Sorry, you just led me into another. Sorry, while you think of things, I just go into train of thought. It's like it reminds me of like, so I know it's not fact or it's just sort of a theory, but I theorize that like a lot of the gods of old are actually Nephilim.
Mm-hmm. Like from the Bible.
Yeah. Well, Nephilim. Yeah, the name is from the Bible, and they're crossbreed of angels and demons, or angels and man. But the Bible says that they were the mighty men of renown and the heroes of old, and you kind of get these similar characters from the Norse to the Greeks to, well, I'm going to say the Russians, but the Russians are really old Norse gods.
Mhm.
But it's where you have humans having either mythified their stories, or actually they were worshipped as gods in the time they were actually around.
Mhm.
So it's
Yeah.
it's fun because it's a history that you're not going to know for sure, but
Mhm.
it's fun if like you went back in time and you played around with what the history was, because nobody knows, nobody can tell you were wrong, and you're making a fiction out of it anyways. So
Mhm.
what you were saying was just kind of reminding me of that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I am just kind of playing with that, but like within my own kind of like fictionalized universe.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. So have you done a lot of
Like,
world building just outside of what's in the story itself?
oh yeah, there's a lot of tangential stuff going on. And some of it is like set up or mentioned, like I said, tangentially in TADHYA. Like I set up, I talk about the Scarlet Ocean, the Scarlet Sea, and well, the Scarlet Ocean and what is in it. So there's a little section in TADHYA where you have the character Lucia telling the kids a story about the island of dust and bones, old Marabosa, and what waits there. And then I've got if you look at the map, there's a lot of little hints in the map, a lot of different things going on in the little map. There's like
Well, if
Moon
you want to bring
Isle.
it up, I can share your screen.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I should. I can pull it up. Let me see. Just 1 second, because it's actually true. I've got to get a new rendering done of this map by another artist. But yeah, this is the working map. So let me pull up the map of Mirath. I've got so
Where
many
did you get the
characters.
name for Marath? Did you just pull that out of your butt, or was that?
um, Mirath, I can't reveal it. So there's some
You.
trickery going on with the name Marath.
Mm.
There's a lot of trickery with names going on in TADHYA. It is something that I am very much playing around with, and I'm aware of yeah, all of that stuff. I'm very conscious of it all. So yeah, I am sharing my screen now.
All right.
So yeah, this is a very base level view of the map. So over here, you've got
The map piece. The map piece. The map.
over here you've got Rimbrook Castle and Villarreal, where Toddy was born. And then here you've got Eldon, which is where the entire first book pretty much takes place, right here in Eldon, Oswich Castle, the Mandrake Pass, and then, of course, the mountains and the mines. So, but yeah, there's a lot going on, as you can see, outside of Eldon. It is a fully realized kingdom. So Estonbriar is mentioned, I think, it is in the first book. So over here we've got the Marvel Ocean. We've got Sindrel down here, Hanel, Edgeling Castle. So here, this is very interesting. You can maybe figure out what happened here. So we've got the capital city of Saratus right here in Shadow Palace, and then the Fada Sea. But then below the Fada Sea, we've got the Fallen Isle, and at the bottom of the Fallen Isle is Morn City. It's like a little destroyed city here. And over here we've got Ashland, and there's a little crater right there. So I won't say too much about that. Just know that it exists. And over here we've got Moon Isle and Star City, which will come into play at some point as well. Gonterra city over here, and the Gonterra Desert. And you can see here the capital city, Saratus, is kind of like surrounded by these mountain ranges. So it's very difficult. Let's say if you were going to attack Saratus, you'd have to get across the mountains from,
Mhm.
or and it can't really be attacked from Gonterra because you'd have to attack the Gonterra. You'd have to go through the Gonterra Desert. So yeah, and it's basically a wasteland. So the capital city is very much secluded and protected because of the mountain range. And up here, let's say we've got the Darkling Sea. A little image of a sea monster. There's rumors of monsters in the Darkling Sea, just in case you're wondering. It's not really a sea. It's more of a giant lake. It's more of a giant lake, but they call it the Darkling Sea. And
What is the scale here?
What is the scale?
Yeah.
I'd have to like really figure out the exact numbers on the scale, but yeah. This is more of a mock-up map than more of a like exactly like accurate 100% map, which is why I said I've got to have like an actual map designer and artist come in and work on all the little details and fix everything up.
Yeah,
but
that's
yeah,
where you get in trouble like George Martin did.
Yeah.
Have you seen that video of him just talking about the maps?
Oh yeah, he had a lot of yeah. When he like it was
crap. Now I have to make stuff up for the rest of the planet.
Yeah. You got to fill in all the little bits. Yeah. I was very careful just to show you the Kingdom of Morath at this point and basically the surrounding areas, because this isn't the entire known world. Obviously, there's other continents and whatnot. But yeah, it's basic. This is basically a mock-up of Morath.
Cool.
Essentially. Someone says maps are always cool. I agree.
Yeah, but I'm glad the world building is fun and all that stuff. But I'm glad your focus is more on the characters than it is on the world itself, because I don't know. You don't want to get stuck in I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan of Tolkien because it's
all about world building.
All about world building.
Right. I'm gonna take the map off the screen. Well, actually, I'm going to leave the map up one more second just to mention one thing.
Okay.
Pay attention, guys. Just look at the names on the map and just pay attention to all the names if you're into that sort of thing. You got the Great Forest over here. You got Crayob City right here, and Kita City. Got Pyra up here. The Fada Sea, Free Terrath, Edgemount. If you're into names and like trying to put bits and pieces together to like figure out hints and figure out how things go together and what things mean, then yeah, this is for you, definitely. All right, so I'm going to take this off the screen so you can put back up your art and what you're drawing with TADHYA.
And we're back.
I'm back.
Oops.
Not a huge fan of Tolkien. Unsubscribed.
I tried, but you know what? I tried after I read the first 3 or 4 books of Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, that's not gonna do it for you then.
Yeah, because George wrote for film and TV, so he knows how to like just hook the audience in right away.
See, Tolkien. For Tolkien, it was all about designing a world, and then everything else, the narrative, the characters, everything was secondary to that.
Yeah, I mean, the guy came up with the dang languages.
Yeah. But George R. R. Martin is all about the characters, and then the world is just something that I like the way he describes it, because it's like he says, I imply a bunch of stuff, so I don't have to fill in all the details. It's like I just imply it, and then it just seems bigger just by virtue of implying it.
That should work. That's how it works in the real world,
Yeah.
You don't get all the answers right off the bat.
Yeah.
And you won't be tested either. So
there's a lot of mysteries in TADHYA, guys. Lots of mysteries. And it's so funny because like I was streaming the other day and literally someone figured out one of the mysteries. I didn't say anything. But somebody totally figured it out like on the spot. And I was like, wow, you guys are already impressing me with your ability to decipher. Well, I guess I've got a lot of Dune fans and George R. R. Martin fans, which are exactly the type of people that would be able to do that kind of stuff. Oh man.
Yeah.
This cover's turning out so great.
And you're like, it's barely even started, man. Barely even started.
Yeah.
Before Facebook and all this crap, Twitter. They were the Martin fans were all on Westeros.org just tearing into every little detail, trying to figure out every possible, they came up with all the theories and whatnot, and then then it kind of became its own industry when it became a HBO show.
Yeah, a whole like Game of Thrones created employment for so many people.
Yeah.
Like if it wasn't for Game of Thrones, my channel wouldn't have gotten as big as it was. I know my channel grew a bunch because of Dune as well, but like that's what I started covering A Song of Ice and Fire, and then the Game of Thrones show.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that was a huge boost.
So when you finally discovered Song of Ice and Fire, how many books were out?
4.
Okay, so around
I was 13 or 14.
2000. Oh,
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, around 2009.
2009. All right.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
right before I got to high school. So.
And then not a lot of them have come out since.
Nope. Like literally one book.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Two have come out since I started reading it, and I started reading it in 2001.
Dang. Yeah, George is taking his sweet time, but that's okay. He's writing
Right.
a giant epic. It's cool. I want to rush him. Someone says, sounds very Dune-ish, dude. I am the Dune-ish dude. Is that what you're talking about? Because I am the Dune dude. If that's what you want.
He is the Dune channel on YouTube. If you guys are not subscribed to Quinn, drop your link in the chat.
Someone said, didn't Tolkien create orcs and elves? That is true. He in the way that they are. Yeah, absolutely. He created like the tall, gorgeous, wise elf, and then like the orc. Yeah, and so now they're just like fantasy things.
Yeah.
So it's just like, that's really cool that he created entire like types of character archetypes, basically.
Halflings.
It's really impressive. Mm-hmm. That's why they call him the father of fantasy, modern fantasy.
Yeah.
In the same way that someone like Asimov is the father of modern science fiction. Like if you're doing anything with like an empire in space, you got it from Asimov. Like he is the template, absolutely. So yeah, Galactic Empire, that was all him.
Yeah, I watched. I don't know if I watched the whole thing. Do you have a series on that, or just a single episode?
Asimov, I have 5 or 6 Asimov videos on my channel.
Okay,
I think.
All right. I know I've
And
watched
there's
one of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did like Foundation. You probably know some like iRobot. He did a bunch of robot stuff. He created the 4 laws of robotics. I'm sure you've heard of that. But yeah, that guy. Who was first, Lovecraft or Tolkien? Huh? Tolkien was
Lovecraft.
1920s.
Lovecraft is public domain, isn't it?
Yeah, is Lovecraft public domain at this point?
Isn't it?
I don't know. I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so Tolkien's not.
I think Lovecraft died in like 1929 or something like that. He died before he ever got famous.
That's the way you want to go.
Oh, yeah, right.
He died before Twitter, God bless him.
Yeah. I don't know if he would have made Twitter anyway, but oh yeah, I can talk about like Lovecraft on. I guess you guys will see this when the campaign launches tomorrow, but I do have like a list of the influences for TADHYA on the campaign page, and I can go through some of those. So the first influence for this book was Neil Gaiman, right? So Neil Gaiman, Sandman, is like it's like one of the it's probably at this point in my life like my favorite graphic novel ever, like just period. Like that series is so good. It's so like cerebral, so deep. Like every single like page is like layered with and weighted with so much meaning, and I just love it. And then it's also just, well, the art varies, but Sandman Overture in particular is like just beautifully drawn by J.H. Williams. I love that book so much. Yeah, so that was like deeply inspirational for just how much he cares about his story. And then also Stephen King. Stephen King is like the father of like horror, basically at this point, modern horror. Like everybody knows who Stephen King is. Yeah, he like, so the way Stephen King can just like tap into like the deep primal fears that everybody has in his books, and it's just so terrifying. That was something that I also tried to recreate for TADHYA. And then also, obviously, George R. Martin, of course, like totally changed the course of modern fantasy. Everybody knows George R. Martin. And mainly, what I tried to emulate mostly from George, well, not tried to emulate, but like what I took from him was the way his characters seem so grounded in reality. It's not black and white. And then simultaneously, it's existing within like a seamless fantasy backdrop. And that's what I wanted to do. Just like create characters and just like put them in like a fantasy world, but then have the focus be on the characters and have like the fantasy world be the backdrop. So yeah. And then H.P. Lovecraft, obviously. So there would be no Stephen King without Lovecraft. And I'm pretty sure Martin's work would be pretty different without Lovecraft, because he definitely taps into that like cosmic. So Lovecraft is all about like the deep terrors that are awaiting in the blackness of space, or like hidden beneath the earth, and there's like a sense of unease and like dark things to come. Like, so it's always evoking like something like that. And so I was also trying to recreate that sense for TADHYA. And then obviously Frank Herbert. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Frank Herbert's Bene Gesserit, which were also one of the key influences for the Daughters of Hecate, as well as Marion Zimmer Bradley's The Mist of Avalon, The Women of Avalon, were also a key influence for the Daughters of Hecate. And then finally, L. Frank Baum and Lewis Carroll, who wrote The Wizard of Oz and Alice in Wonderland. So
it's a little bit bigger. Uh-oh, we lost a Quinn. We lost a Quinn. We lost a Quinn. Now you guys are seeing me cheat, copying an eyeball over. Joe K says the whole great character theme is considered the new fashion, but actually all of the great mythological characters are gray. I was thinking about that because there are people who are stalwart in their positions, and I'm just talking about in real life. Unfortunately, there are just not that many of us in real life. Many of us, that's me. I'm a stalwart. There he is. But yeah, I mean, most people in real life are a little fungible in their morals. So
I don't even know when I dropped off. What was I saying when I dropped off?
Something about Lewis C. Carroll or something.
Oh damn. Yeah. So I was talking about L. Frank Baum and Lewis Carroll, who both wrote. Well, Baum wrote The Wizard of Oz, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, and Lewis Carroll wrote Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. And so both of these stories are basically about young girls that kind of like stumble into like a magical reality.
Mm-hmm.
And basically nothing is as it seems. So nothing in Oz is as it seems, and certainly nothing in Wonderland is as it seems. So I just kept that in mind when I was writing TADHYA, and that's something you should keep in mind as far as like the influences. So yeah, and that's that, and that's all on the campaign page, and you can read all that in detail tomorrow when it launches. All the influences.
Yeah, you know what? Let's take a sneak peek at the campaign page.
All right.
Can you bring it up?
Pull it up. I can put it on my screen. I can share my screen.
Yeah, because otherwise I'm switching around from sharing screen things.
Yeah.
Actually, I can drag it over to this screen. But probably easier for you to do it and then talk.
Okay, I can do it. I can do it. Share screen.
You can do it. I believe in you.
So let me refresh. Hit the refresh button real quick.
All right, where am I? I'm here.
And screen share. So we are loading in, and you're seeing my horribly slow internet.
You guys are the first to get a sneak peek at the TADHYA campaign.
A sneak-it-is, peek-it-is. Still loading.
All right. Well, you'll get a sneak peek in a minute.
In a moment. Yeah, guys, I'm on like a bad connection right now, which is why I'm only audio at this point in time.
What's up with your connection, man?
I just don't have one. There is no internet here right now, and we're gonna work on that on Monday. That's as soon as we can get anything done about it. So I'm like,
aren't you launching a campaign tomorrow?
yes, I am, but I'm gonna be doing it all off my phone,
Oh,
which is
really?
exciting. That's why I did the test stream on Friday or whenever that was, which worked pretty well. So yeah, but like now I'm on the computer, so it's like, yeah.
But if you're on your phone, you can't have guests.
Yes, I can. I figured out how to do it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's new.
See, if I just set it up to host from the computer, I can come in on my phone and have the video be from my phone and just be like a guest, but it will still be hosting it from the computer, and I can have people come in.
Right. That's funny. I tried that one time and I couldn't get it to work because my daughter was in here doing some school stuff on my computer. So
Why won't this load, Mike? Maybe you should just pull it up because it's like just click on the link that I sent.
This is the preview. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go.
Peeky previewy. Look at that.
TADHYA.
Do you have the new video uploaded?
Yes, it is up there. You can play it if you want. Yeah.
See, hold on. I don't think I have audio shared on. Hold on. You got to reshare. Share screen.
Oh god, we're gonna show you guys a sneak peek of the TADHYA trailer.
Dun, 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 dun. Blam.
You guys aren't ready for this.
The mother's spear, deep within the forest of Morath, Akate's witches work their strange magic under the cover of night. Quinn Howard and Matthew Eldon bring you a new horror fantasy graphic novel. A young girl born into a noble family, but also into the hands of a manipulative coven. With darkness as their cover, the witches conjured their dark works and brought forth TADHYA. But will TADHYA be theirs to bend to their will, or have they unknowingly, through their own hubris, unleashed something upon the world which will finally fracture the delicate balance that they have tried desperately for centuries to maintain? TADHYA, Book 1, Exordium.
Now, Mecca McCheese, I'm not going to take an insult from someone named Mecca McCheese, so yeah.
He's just trolling.
Cheesy. It's cheesy.
He's being a little cheesy. Shush, says Victor. And Victor's usually the troll, so we've got trolls in abundance here. So yeah, I think it looks cool. I gave it the thumbs up.
Oh yeah. So that is launching tomorrow, guys. Oh, so here's the campaign page. Yeah.
Yeah. You got a $250 early bird special. That'll be all 3 hardcovers and 3.
Yeah, click on it. Show them what it includes. Just
prints.
Expand it. Yeah. There you go.
I can't click any farther than that because it'll take me to my.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I can like expand the little window thing.
But yeah, they got what's the colorist name? Phenomenal colorist to work on top.
Jean-Francois Beaulieu. Jean-Francois Beaulieu. Yeah. Matthew Weldon sure found himself a niche in crowdfunding outside of Comicsgate. Cool.
CG. You know,
Matthew Weldon is just so good, though. So epic. It's like you're not gonna shut out. Like Matthew Weldon is just like that type of talent is just like always gonna be recognized. I feel like.
Yeah.
Victor, it's 250 for that bundle thing.
Yeah,
it has 3 hardcovers and 3 metal prints. But we wanted a really low price point for the paperback. For you can get a digital copy for $10 and you can get a paperback for $15.
Yep.
So we wanted anybody to just be able to get it, and for price not to be a barrier or anything like that. So, but then when you go up to the signed paperback, it's $30. So it's a little bit more, and then the hardcover is $50, and then the signed hardcover is $75. And then we've got some other bundles and deals and stuff like that. And then there's also some add-ons. If you click on one of them and go to the checkout, just pull it up, and you'll see there's a few add-ons that I have set up.
Sure this doesn't go to anything. I need to. No. It's in draft mode, so those things are hidden.
Okay. So yeah, basically it's got so I've got an audio script version, that if you purchase any of the perks, you can get that for $10, which is just me reading the script in my voice, which a lot of people are asking for.
People love Quinn's voice.
Indeed. So yeah, you can get that.
Sorry, I don't mean to railroad you, but you can be in the book. Matthew Weldon will draw you into the book, and you will get that page for $1,000, and obviously a hardcover edition of the book. So you can get drawn into TADHYA, and you'll get the original art page, which otherwise you get the original art pages for $500. Only 10 of these are going to be available, so that's hopefully a lot of Quinn and Matt's big fans will jump on that. But look at that, 3 signed hardcover.
Absolutely.
$5. That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody got to get on over there. And if you have not already subscribed to Quinn's page, it's Quinn's Ideas. Is the signed edition limited, Quinn?
It will be limited, yes. It doesn't currently say it yet, but I think we're going to limit that to like 200 maybe. Or I have to discuss that with you to see what we should limit it to.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
So,
250. I don't know. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, also Mecha McCheech, TADHYA would absolutely wreck Sailor Moon. So just doesn't, yeah.
Victor says, I'm not getting this Mike S. Miller cover in metal. Redo that, man. There's the trolling. Quinn, you're gonna have to get used to the trolls on my channel. So
the trolling oli.
I only block the worst of them. Which, Victor, you're treading.
I'm perfectly fine with bantering back and forth with it.
Flame says, okay, I'll have to jump on that signed paperbacks version. Right on.
Heck yeah.
Sailor Moon has been around for decades. Show some respect, noob. I tried to watch Sailor Moon because I wanted to do some. I don't know what your opinion is on Sailor Moon, but it was.
I watched it as a kid.
It was so bad.
I don't really remember it.
Punish you. I mean, this is her tagline: "Is I'm gonna punish you."
That sounds okay, suggestive, but whatever.
Little girl in a schoolgirl's outfit, schoolgirl sailor outfit, running around saying she's gonna punish old men. What?
You know what this is all about. Like, come on. Yeah, kind of messed up.
Yeah. So, all right. So that's it. You guys got your sneak peek. If you want to see it again, then go through, and a lot of great, man. That's the thing. We made sure we had price ranges for everybody. You know,
absolutely.
Digital copy $10 to being in the book for $1,000. So whatever your comfortable price range is, there's something for you.
Yeah. That was really important for me and for Weldon, all of us, so that anybody can see the book. That's what we really wanted more than anything.
That's right. Young Fiver said she could punish me whenever. All right.
Well, TADHYA will punish you.
Oh, TADHYA.
You're probably not gonna like it.
Oh, TADHYA. Doom. All right.
Kaylin says, I literally cannot wait. So excited for you, Quinn. This is gonna be sick. Thank you so much.
I know, dude. I'm excited too, man.
I'm very excited.
I'm really hoping this just freaking kills it.
Everybody's excitement is infectious. You're doing good on these eyes, man.
Oh, here's the eyeball. I got it.
Every time I watch you draw, I'm just like, oh my god. So impressive.
It's like when I'm on with Dave and Dave just is quiet for like 20 minutes at a time just watching me draw. It's like
yeah, man. It's something about just watching it come together and just so well right in front of you.
It's like slow TV, they call it.
Yeah.
Yes, dude, there was this thing on Instagram. It had like 25,000 views, and it was literally somebody doing this with a pen, just drawing a line. I mean, it was a background, but they're just drawing these parallel lines like this. That's all they did on the video, and I'm like, why does this have 25,000 views?
Dude, the stuff like paint, literally videos of people just mixing up paint get millions of views on YouTube. Not even painting anything, just mixing paint.
Remember the
Oh,
What
the gross eating videos. Ugh. Of course, you would bring that back up.
Mukbang, man, mukbang. I think it's down in here. Why? What are you soldering?
Mecha McCheese says Tadia drawn and quartered. That might happen. It's up to Mike.
Yeah, that could happen. That could happen. Not launch week. But
Quinn gets an order of 10 episodes in 20 years from HBO.
You're like HBO. Yes, D&D want to do it.
No. Those guys are. If those guys are still in the industry in 20 years, I'm gonna be so mad.
Yeah, I don't think they are because man, they screwed the pooch so hard they lost their Star Wars gig, right?
Yeah, basically, yeah, they did. They lost the Star Wars gig. Someone said, Quinn, will we ever see the other continents in the world or other characters in the world in the same universe? Like I said earlier, well, if you can rewind the stream later, but we were showing off the map a little bit earlier, and basically there's just Marath in the map, but I did mention that there are other continents. And as far as other characters in the universe, same universe, absolutely. I definitely have like I mentioned before, there is a prequel in mind, The Warlocks of the Mountain. Then also a shorter comic about the island Maribosa in the Scarlet Ocean, the island of dust and bones, which, yeah, I have a lot of ideas about. So, yeah. Is there a fold-out map in the book? That is something that we will. That's something that I want to do, actually. Have a map be in the book. So that is definitely something I'm considering, but it's not 100%.
That might be a stretch goal type of thing.
Yeah, it might be a stretch goal. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Because if this does just crazy well, you're going to be able to do all kinds of extra stuff.
Which would be amazing.
Yeah.
I would love to be able to do that.
So.
Yeah. But
Hey, look, your screen finally worked.
Oh, it did, didn't it? What? It just like literally stalled. It didn't even like finish doing the initial loading that it was trying to do the first time. Huh. Oh, whatever.
Doo-doo. I'm going to give her some.
Baldia.
Baldia what?
See, I really like what you're doing with this cover.
Oh.
Yeah, I like that you're making it really different from Matthew's and Kanan's.
Yeah,
So
I mean, that is usually what I do, but like, hang it, Bobby.
Yeah, because people are gonna want some variants. So Kanan's cover is like super awesome in one way, and then you've got Matt's that's just Tadia sitting by the tree, which is like awesome in another way. They've got yours.
He's doing the sitting by the tree one? I thought he was doing the other one.
Well, I told him to do the sitting by the tree one since Kanan's was more busy.
Ah.
So I was like, you do the full body sitting on the tree one.
Oh, okay.
And then maybe we can like switch up the back and change some things in and out there because people really like the back of that cover.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Mm-hmm. Could Tadia beat Frieza? It depends on a few things, but I can't really give away deets about it just yet.
That's always the weird question you get when you create
so and so beat so and so. It's like another fictional universe. How am I supposed to know?
Yeah.
You should compare Tadia to other witches, and then I can give you a better answer. Like, can she? I don't know. What's another witch?
Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch. Well, Scarlet Witch is a mutant, and so we've got. Well, actually, she does do magic in the comics, but in the Marvel movies, she's just telekinetic, basically. At least I think. I don't know if they changed that ever in the movie.
It's some sort of magic.
In the movie, she's basically just telekinetic, and then she can like do that weird like where she got in their minds at some point and made them see stuff.
Yeah, she's got the
That's
red
basically
power.
Jean Grey. That's Jean Grey's That's what that is. She can move stuff around, and she can like get in people's minds. They turned her in Jean Grey. Like in the comics, she can like it's magic. It's like
altered the entire universe in the comics.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's see. Tadia versus Yennefer. So that's a Witcher. So I haven't read the Witcher books yet, but I have played the game. I'd say Tadia. Yennefer's magic. I mean, Tadia at full power level would probably be a match, probably greater than Yennefer. She'd take her out. Yennefer. Could she beat Yoda? Okay, now Yoda, maybe not. I don't know.
About Darth Maul.
Darth Maul. That's the guy with the spikes in his face.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know Star Wars like that. I don't know. Probably. Who kills him? Because I know he's only in like one movie, so I figure he's probably dead.
Ultimately, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, so yeah. Tadia could take out it. If Obi-Wan can do it, then Tadia could. Let's see.
All right, here's a question. Is Tadia a Mary Sue?
Is Tadia absolutely not. No. I don't think so. I did my best to give Tadia like some actual struggles, especially later on. She does not always win. Stuff does not always go right for Tadia. It is not like she just fails upward. No, like there's some bad things happen. Mike, you've read it, so you've read at least the first book.
Daddy, don't give me a Hulk.
Oh, he's the Hulk. All right, let's see a full screen there, kid.
Okay.
Ooh, come closer to the camera. Oh, I should turn the green screen on, see if your face disappears. Hold on a second. Oh, your shirt disappears. Your face doesn't disappear. Darn it.
Yeah, it's like the wrong color green.
Oh, great. Thanks.
It becomes the same color as the wall.
All right. Oh. So what?
Does Tadia like potatoes? What kind of question is that? Potatoes. Of course she likes potatoes. Everybody likes potatoes.
Okay, beat it.
Season 8 Arya versus Tadia. Yeah, I mean, does Arya have the trampoline to jump off of? Because, I mean, Arya killed the Night King, like an unstoppable force of nature. So, like, I don't know if... With the trampoline, though, she's got to have her tool, her special tool to jump off of out of nowhere. So if she's got the trampoline, then Arya.
Wait, who's writing it? That's that's the question.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's key. Yeah, that's key. Maybe, yeah, if I'm writing, I don't know. Yeah.
That's like always my answer when someone asks.
If D&D are writing it, then Arya just stabs Baelor. She jumps off of a trampoline and stabs Baelor and Mother Silas and kills everybody. And she's just the leader at the end.
So, how many chapters do you have planned?
Chapters for Tadia? Oh, you mean like as in volumes?
How many books? Yeah, volumes.
I am Hulk.
3. I'm still thinking about it in 3.
I am Hulk.
Basically,
I am a Hulk.
basically what I was thinking is I'm pretty much gonna have to make the if we can hopefully get to the second book, then like it has to be like longer. It has to be a little bit longer than this one.
Oh yeah.
Long, 48 pages, I think so. And then the third one as well. If I can make them each like a little bit longer, like the second one and the third one like a little bit longer than the first one, that'd be great.
Well, and we were talking about possibly if it gets to that point, we can add pages to this one.
Add pages, absolutely, which would be fantastic.
Yeah. Because there's enough story. There's enough story, but you know, we could add pages without adding filler, which is the important part. Because I hate the idea of just adding random pages to a story that's pre-existent, because you're just filling pages at that point. But there is enough story in Tadia to actually add pages and flesh out scenes and stuff.
Someone says, does Tadia have childbearing hips? You guys with these questions are like, oh man.
Just say yes and move on.
Well, yes. She is voluptuous. She's everything you would imagine. Coke bottle, all of it. Okay, going on. After you're done, do a leather-bound edition of all 3 volumes. Okay,
Ooh, yeah.
yeah. If we could get to that, that'd be great. And in fact, that's what I was thinking of doing anyway. And then also something cool that I was considering after all 3 volumes were released would be like a novelization, which would be to turn it all into like a novel, which would be something I'd be totally interested in doing. Would Tadia rather be a bird who can swim or a fish that can fly?
They're
A
giving
bird
you
that can
hard
swim.
questions.
A bird that can swim. Yeah. And there's a reason that I'm saying that too. So in TADHYA, there's a scene. So I have the character who's kind of like the archetypal like storyteller character named Lucia, and she's always telling stories to the kids. And she tells a story about this legendary figure, a woman who was created out of a bushel of flowers by this wizard king, and he kept her in this castle. And she began to wither and wither and wither and fade, and all of her songs were sad. And eventually she fell in love with someone else, so he was going to have her burned, but instead she walked into the fire, and out of the fire flew a bird of night. And so, yeah, TADHYA is definitely a bird rather than a fish. Bird that can swim rather than a fish that can fly. I'm sorry I just gave like an actual answer to that BS question.
That works.
It works. Will TADHYA go out cruising with the girl of Sailor Moon? No, she actively dislikes them. They're not cool enough for her.
All right. Of the actresses throughout history, who would you have play TADHYA?
Mm-hmm. Jeez, that's such a hard question. These types of questions, I'm never good at this because like I don't remember actors' names, so it's like I don't know.
But you
I
could say
really don't know.
girl from, you know.
God, I'm seriously drawing a blank. I can't think of anybody. I don't know. I don't really think about my characters in terms of like actors who can play them, and I don't really understand.
Yeah, but
See, even when like I'm like reading a book and someone asks me this question, like, who do you think? Yeah, like even when I'm like reading a book and someone's like, who do you think should play so and so? I never know. I'm just like, I don't know. Whoever can play it well, right? You know, really, if TADHYA was ever being adapted, it should be like someone that nobody even knows. That is just a really good actress. But whatever. What female character inspirations did you use for TADHYA? That is a great question. That's a great question. Morgane, Marion Zimmer Bradley, The Mist of Avalon, was one of the key character inspirations for TADHYA, certainly. So Morgane, well, if you don't know about Mist of Avalon is basically a classic retelling of Arthurian myth, but told from the perspective of Morgan Le Fay rather than King Arthur. So it's basically turning the story on its head and saying, oh, she wasn't this evil sorceress. She was.
Quinn's internet, not good. Why is make backtracking so much? It's charging by the hour.
So where was I? Did you hear me say Mist of Avalon?
Yeah, you were just getting into Morgan Le Fay and Mist of Avalon, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so basically Mist of Avalon, it's a retelling of Arthurian myth from the perspective of Morgan Le Fay. And basically what she's doing, she's turning it on its head and saying, actually, Morgan Le Fay wasn't like this evil sorceress. She was a misunderstood woman that was put in a very difficult position and having to, deal with Arthur when he refused to honor his pact with the women of Avalon. So it's like, so she's kind of like I really, really like that aspect of it, and I really, really like that character, and that was definitely one of the literary influences for the character TADHYA, as well as just like various other like female characters that I love in various bits of literature and books. Someone says, Quinn, no. Oh, it's because I disappeared a while ago. But I am back now.
Hi, Quinn. Hi, Quinn. Hey, if you
When
are,
TADHYA come,
then please do hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications. And if you have not subscribed to Quinn's channel, it is Quinn's Ideas. Please, some mod put that up in the chat so people can sub to Quinn's
absolutely.
huge channel. What he's doing here
Someone
on
says
tiny channel, who knows?
Someone says I hate it, the Mist of Avalon. That's cool, you can hate it, but it's like that character in particular was one of the influences for
I don't
TADHYA.
think I've seen it or read it, so I'd like a better critique.
Oh, if you've seen like that, I think they did a mini series at some point. If you've seen that, then don't bother. That's not Mist of Avalon. That's just a mini series. Like, I hate it when people watch like an adaptation of something and then they're like, I hate this thing, but that's not the thing. That's the adaptation of it. But whatever.
Yeah, like Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You're free to hate the show now, but don't hate the books. Don't hate the books.
Exactly. But that's like, someone says that's like Merlin being the head of the White Council in the Dresden Files. That's cool. Another thing Marion Zimmer Bradley did with Miss of Avalon too is that she made Merlin a title rather than a person. So it was like there's multiple Merlins throughout that book. So that's really cool.
Interesting. What is Merlin? Does Merlin have a title, like a cleric or anything in the? Well, shoot, that's such a random question because it's myth. So
yeah, all the legends are different. Yeah. They all vary, but basically he's just Merlin. He's like the wizard's guy.
But the wizard guy keeps blinking myth out of the stream. Or and envision TADHYA as living in John and Xanadu. Really? The main series is horrible and miscasted. Who wins in a fight, TADHYA versus Mike Tyson? Amazon? I think Quinn's battery may have died. Nope, wait, he's back.
Yes, but this time I'm on phone.
Oh, now you're on your phone?
Now it's modded?
Yeah, because before I was casting my connection to the computer and streaming from the computer so I could use my microphone. Can you tell my mic sounds different?
No,
yeah.
Like, how does it work with this?
Yeah, you sound fine.
Yeah, so it's going to be like slightly lower quality.
You sound fine.
Yes.
Cool. So yeah. Now I can pull up the chat here so I can see what the people are saying. Yeah, but I'm just like so excited for TADHYA. I'm so excited for all the art that I'm seeing. And Matthew Weldon just did such an incredible, he did like just better than I ever could have like even like wished for or hoped for. And then like Kanan, and then your cover is already looking awesome. Yeah, I'm just very, very excited for tomorrow.
I know. I am too. I want this, deaf man, I want this to be so freaking huge. I want you to blow the doors off Indiegogo. That's it's all.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. And then later,
someone said, "Is TADHYA a ginger? If so, are you prepared to see her cast as a black girl in a hypothetical TV adaptation?" Look, TADHYA is not a gender, and honestly, TADHYA is kind of, narratively speaking, this just isn't even some BS that I'm making up, but narratively speaking, TADHYA is kind of like a raceless character. She was created by witches, who were like from all various different places around around the world. And you can see they all cut themselves and bleed into the cauldron a little bit. So
Oh,
she
so
kind of
she's
doesn't have
actually
a specific
art.
race.
So the witches put their own essence or whatever genetics into her.
Yep, that was a part of the ritual in the
Oh,
beginning.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
they each cut themselves and allow a bit to bleed in.
gotcha.
Someone says Kanan was a good choice. I like his style. Kanan, oh my god, I knew I wanted Kanan to do art for TADHYA, to do a cover ever since I saw his art. Literally, like
Yeah.
I was on a stream with Mike and I was like, can I get him to do one of my covers? Months ago.
Yep. Yeah, as soon as I brought up doing variant covers, Quinn's like, "Can we get Kanan?"
Yeah, absolutely.
I think so. Yeah.
So
and
if
he
the witch is quick,
quick too.
I know he did it so quick. I was like, wow, that was quick.
It's because it's digital, man. Digital goes. So look how faster I'm doing this digitally than if I was doing it traditionally.
Yeah, man. Is it because you can just like switch whatever you want like super quick and just move it around super quick?
It's because you can fix stuff, or you can copy and paste stuff. Like I didn't have to do that I twice. I just copied and pasted it.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
And then like when I get to doing the hair, I'll probably just do a couple of these strands and then copy and paste it underneath to give it volume behind here, and tricks and tips make things go faster. And plus my hands are a little bit
All the digital art techniques.
Yeah, my hands are a little bit wrecked from doing all the packing. So this is easier on my hands than it is otherwise. Oops, that's not right. Yeah, being able to work in layers.
TADHYA.
All right. Let me do this strand first.
Yeah. Learning all these digital art techniques. I'm gonna be as good as Mike in like 2 weeks. No. Oh man.
Jiminy.
Let's see. I don't know, Mike. I think you're faster drawing traditionally, says Jiminy.
Yeah, that's not the case. I did that Game of Thrones cover in 2 hours. Which, I mean, I guess maybe I could have done that traditionally, but it's I can't do it the way my hands were yesterday or day before yesterday. I couldn't do it that way. Because the control you need for a brush and the control you need for a stylus on a tablet is sort of a different thing. So.
Oh, this is a good question. Will there be necromancy in the book? Well, not necromancy exactly, but there is some.
Don't get into spoilers.
I don't want to spoil anything, but there's some screwy stuff going on with like life and death and bodies and stuff. So I say.
Oh yeah.
So I will say. But not necromancy specifically. I can't wait to see the horror parts. Oh my god, yeah. There's some great horror in TADHYA, I think. And it's like I was like to the point where like I was like I did some things in TADHYA where it was like I went back and I thought about it and I was like, should I do this? Is this gonna like is this too much for people? I thought on some of the things, like there's some kind of gruesome things to happen. It's nothing over the top. But I feel like there are some things that kind of, if you're not prepared for them, can hit you.
You mean the kid?
Yeah, there's some stuff going on. Yeah, that and then other things. But yeah, that. Let's see.
This is tailored to Weldon's art style. I do think he's a great fit for the project.
Oh yeah, like when Matthew Weldon first even just started showing me like his layouts, I was so excited because I was just like, wow, like his vision for the world and for TADHYA and for this universe was just like so just like amazing. And when I started seeing the inks, I was just like even more impressed. And I really do think it's because he's just very passionate about the project, which is awesome. I'm happy that he can be as passionate about the project as I am, because it is a partnership. Like, as you guys, I don't know if you guys do know this, but Matthew Weldon, this is like a 50-50 thing. Like, it's like Matthew Weldon, me and him, like both of our names going to be on the front of this. So and I wanted it to be like that because to me, like, the art is just as important as the words when it comes to a graphic novel. Like, I was going on and on about Sandman Overture and J.H. Williams, his art in that book. It takes Sandman to an entire level. So Neil Gaiman is already like a master level like storytelling craftsman, and then you take a comics artist like J.H. Williams, who's just like breathtakingly amazing, and pair those two together, and then you've got something that's even more incredible, right? So yeah, I'm not like trying to compare myself to Neil Gaiman, but like, yeah, I was trying to like,
that's the Sandman issues that didn't have good artists, so it drove me nuts. I'd read them anyways, but it was like, you know, we get P. Craig Russell back on. It's like,
you know, there's one volume of Sandman where it's like a Shakespeare thing, where it's like he won like all these awards for, and it puts Sandman on the map. But I read that volume and I'm just like, this is so boring. And I don't even know if it's because like I really don't like Shakespeare. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I just wasn't interested in seeing like Morpheus watch A Midsummer Night's Dream. Just give me a Sandman comic. I don't need to watch the Sandman watching Shakespeare.
Dude,
that's very boring.
I drew A Midsummer Night's Dream. I adapted that whole play. Yeah.
The whole story.
Yep.
Wow.
In fact, I have some of the pages right here. Awesome. I always have stuff like right at my beck and call. So here, I don't think anybody's ever seen this stuff unless they bought the digital comic. And I don't think the digital comic is even available anymore. But this was made for digital. So.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
I did a lot of background swapping out and stuff. So there's Puck.
So when did you do this? When did this come out?
Oh, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago, something like that. No, maybe 8 or 10 years ago. There's Puck.
You know, the thing about Midsummer Night's Dream too is it's actually one of like Shakespeare's like cooler stories in my opinion. That one and like Hamlet, I can like kind of get behind.
It was actually really fun. The interesting thing about it was because I had to go through, scene by scene. I really got to dissect what every line means. A lot of times when you're reading or watching Shakespeare, a lot of it just goes past you because it's written in Old English. It's not that easy to comprehend everything. But when you're sitting there dissecting panel for panel what's going on, it's like I really got a new appreciation for Shakespeare.
Yeah.
So that's Oberon.
Yeah, because like Midsummer Night's Dream is basically like a little fantasy story. It's basically like a fantasy story. Because like what Gaiman did in that volume of Sandman basically was like he had basically, so you got Morpheus, who's basically the Lord of Dreams. So all stories come from him. And he had given Shakespeare this story. And so Shakespeare's like performing it with his troupe in a field in front of like the actual beings from the dream realm or whatever. So it's got like the actual characters that the story is actually inspired by, like the mythological figures show up to watch it. And so that's basically what's happening. I still found it just like rather trite.
Yeah, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but
it's very, very good though.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what happened to it, or if it's still available on Amazon or what, but
Who published it?
it's just I got hired to do it for some. I don't even remember the name of the publisher, but it was fun. It was fun. Where did I put my stylus? Oh, there it is. All right. Out dang spot. Wrong play. Wrong play. That's Macbeth. Out
Macbeth.
damned spot.
Macbeth.
What about Hamlet? You don't like Hamlet?
I do. That was one of the ones that I mentioned. Was like that's actually one of the better Shakespeare ones, and that one actually has witches in it. Double toil and trouble, baby. In fact, when I was first explaining TADHYA, and I was mentioning it being like this dynamic between these like witches and this king who's kind of like cursed by them. I had a few people mention Hamlet and be like, "Oh, it's kind of like Hamlet almost," which it's not really inspired by Hamlet. That's kind of coincidental, but yeah.
Well, it's all inspired by Hamlet if you go back far enough.
Yeah. double toil and trouble. You know, that witchy archetype is definitely like totally.
Yeah. Or what's that other one? Hercules. Hercules.
Yeah. Hot potato orchestra stalls. Puck will make amends. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool because I'm pretty sure Puck shows up in that Sandman Volume 2, like the actual Puck, and he's like watching from the back row or something like that. Dang it, yeah. What am I talking about? Macbeth. Macbeth is the one with witches, not Hamlet. Why did I say Hamlet?
You get those two confused.
I always get those two confused for some reason. Absolutely. Getting witchy tonight.
6 Degrees of Hamlet. Did you ever see Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead?
I don't think so.
You know who Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are?
No, what is that?
From Hamlet. They're his friends, and they get sent off, I think, to I forget why they get sent off to like France or something during the play of Hamlet, and then like you never hear from them again. And I believe it's because they're killed. And then there's Tim Roth and Gary Oldman did a movie where they play Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, and it's all about them.
Oh wow!
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead.
So what they were doing?
Right, they got
that is really funny.
Yeah, it's really good too.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually read Hamlet, or
Yeah.
I don't even really actually know what it's about.
It's about the Prince of Daneland, whatever you call that, Prince of the Danes, who his father is murdered by his. Gosh dang it! Is it his brother who marries his mother, and then he knows, or he thinks, he's just convinced that his father was murdered. Oh no! His father's ghost comes and tells him that he was murdered, and so Hamlet's like trying to figure out how to get revenge on his uncle, basically. It's been a while.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, his father's ghost is like, avenge me. It's like, whoa, dude. Are you sure?
I remember To Be or Not to Be.
Yeah.
That's like the famous one from Hamlet, right?
Yeah.
So when I was in high school, we read Romeo and Juliet and I'm pretty sure I read Macbeth at some point in school as well. But I remember Romeo and Juliet very vividly because I hated it. I hated every second of it. I was like, this is the dumbest story I've ever read in my life. It was, but then I've heard people say to me that it's like supposed to be kind of satirical, and I'm just like, is it though? I don't know, because it's so dumb. It's like 13-year-old kids that fall in love in 3 days and then kill themselves because for no reason, basically. It's just like, I can't take it.
It's so romantic.
No, it's not. Like, it's literally not. Titanic is more romantic.
Ugh.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of Romeo and Juliet.
All right, so there's no
That
Romeo
is
and
absolutely the worst.
Tadia. What you're saying is you have no Romeo and Tadia.
There is no Romeo and Tadia. No. No. Look, I hate kind of thrown in romances. I'm not saying I'm like totally against romances.
You are.
Mm-hmm.
But like I find so often in like a lot of shit, it's just like throw in a romance for no reason, even though it doesn't help the story. We just need one because, I mean, I don't know. Not saying that Tadia will never have a romance. I'm just saying like I hate it when it's just like thrown in there.
Yeah.
Shoehorned.
It certainly doesn't fit in this chapter.
No, not in this one. This one is all about exordium. And so it's the exordium. It's the beginning, by the way, if you don't. So yeah, I didn't even say that to everyone. People don't even know. So book one, this first book is called Exordium, which basically means the beginning, the commencement. So it begins. So it's Tadia Exordium, launching tomorrow. Yay.
Launching tomorrow.
Freaking excited.
How are you contacting your mailing list? Does any go?
No, I'm using a service called Constant Contact.
Oh, okay.
Which I've already just designed the email I'm going to send out, and I've got the links in that are set up with the secret perks for the discounts and all that jazz. And yeah,
Sweet.
so that's ready to go. So yeah, I was going to ask you this.
Yeah.
What time should I launch? Like, am I going to do like a midnight thing, which would actually mean like in a few hours? So I don't know about that. Or am I going to like, so how should I handle this?
I honestly don't know what the best time is to launch a campaign. I would probably
should I just go with the midnight?
Around what? Do it at midnight tonight?
That would be that would be the 14th.
Yeah, except for that's not really a good time because usually, the purchasing dies down around 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So
morning time.
Maybe
6
do
a.m.
No. I'm gonna say maybe do it around noon to 3.
Noon.
Yep. So maybe.
So we're talking about like noon. So noon EST probably.
I don't know. That might work. Sure, why not?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mecca just got his Lone Star 1 and 2.
You heard it here first, people. You heard it here. Oh crap! That's awesome, Mecca.
Oh.
Lone Star.
Spent all week.
Someone says, "I hope D&D read it, Quinn." They're gonna try and rip it off.
Yeah.
This is our witch story. It's called Madia.
No, it's TADHYA. They just changed the.
All right, animal. Someone says TADHYA. Yeah. All right. Any animals in TADHYA showing intelligence? Not at this current moment. I mean, I guess you could. There's a thing with dogs in the second book, in the second one, but it's not really. It's not like talking dogs or anything like that. But yeah, because Hecate, the triple goddess, is associated with like hounds and dogs and stuff like that. Tatiana.
Oh, Tatiana. No, Todd Aria.
TADHYA. Yeah, man. So cool. So what we're gonna have to do, I think, is like, because I don't know when that Kanan, how soon Belia is gonna have that Kanan cover colored. Should be like in the next day or so. But
Yeah,
like
just
campaign's gonna have to launch before
on the
then.
artwork, just say not final cover, and then it's good because when you have the colors come in, you can do another email blast out and make do announcements and stuff. It's good to have stuff to announce because you want to keep in
Mhm.
constant contact with your mailing list, but you don't want to just have nothing to say to them. You don't want to just spam them. You want to make sure
Yeah,
you have
absolutely.
important stuff to show them or tell them. So that'll be a good.
Yeah,
good
totally.
Check this out.
Totally. So the covers will be up there in black and white at first, and then I can just be like, hey, this is what it looks like colored now. And
Yeah.
I'll go and update all the Photoshop things, which will be super easy to do.
Yep. And that's one thing
But yeah, man.
you can't change your tiers, your perks once they've been purchased, but you can change the graphic for them. So
I can change what?
the graphic.
The graphic. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant. I can go and update the graphics once I get like the colored covers.
Yeah.
Mhm. Sweet.
Any dragons? Are there dragons in the world?
There are no dragons in TADHYA. No.
Aw.
There be no dragons. I'm sorry to disappoint. Oh. You mean like but monsters though? There's monsters, yeah. There's rumors of like, I mean, I showed you guys the map earlier. There's the Darkling Sea, which is really just a giant lake up in the north, and there's all sorts of rumors about stuff in there. And then there's also, I was talking about old Maribosa, the hidden island in the Scarlet Ocean. And there's all sorts of rumored monsters there. And then also says in TADHYA too, when Lucia is telling the story about Gragir the Fool, it says they might have faced sea monsters in the Scarlet Ocean at some point. So yeah, monsters, but not dragons.
Mm. I like dragons.
Would a gender bender be TADHYA? What do you mean? I don't know what you mean, person.
I know. TADHYA.
Oh, I get it. No, it would just be Todd, I guess. Because like that still sounds like a woman name.
Yeah.
Todd, yeah.
TADHYA. What's your name?
It would just be TAD, Todd.
Tad.
The gender bender version of TADHYA.
There you go.
Yep. In 6 months, I'll launch a campaign, and it'll just be TADHYA, but it'll be a guy instead, named Todd. Same book, just drawn as a guy. Everything will be the same, just TADHYA drawn as a guy.
Matt Weldon will still be there. I want to read Todd then. I don't understand. You just don't like books with female lead characters? You're not going to like Godsword, man.
Yeah.
Godsword's going to be epic if I can ever get around to it.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what's got? That's not Shad's book, is it?
No. Oh, what? Shh. That's still secret.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No.
My friend Smiggleflap is making a book. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. No, Godsword is I have this character who she's the daughter of an Ethiopian princess and a Jewish archaeologist, and she's in, actually at one time it was going to be Iraq, but I think I might make it Egypt. But anyways,
Whoa.
they find this golden hilt of a giant sword, and then like she's in their tent one night, and her name is Eden, and she's in her tent, and a guy comes in to take advantage of her, and this hilt of a sword erupts into flames, and it becomes the god sword, the flaming sword that guarded the Garden of Eden from the Bible. And it it that becomes like it bonds with her, and it's kind of like a, I don't know, Christian.
I like it. Sounds cool.
So I've been intending to do that for a while, but look, it's the first hair thing.
Oh yeah, the beautiful Mike Miller hair.
Mecca says, I don't like men writing women. I want to be able to hand a book to my son and inspire him to be strong. Comics should be aspirational. Well,
Comics should be entertaining.
yeah, you're not. I write women in my comics.
I mean,
I
some of the best female characters I've ever read have been written by men.
exactly.
And like vice versa, like male characters written by women. I don't know what to tell you. It's just write a person. Don't even think about writing a woman or a man. Like, I don't know.
What is it? You take away all accountability, and
Yeah.
I forget what that phrase was. Oh, what was it? Someone's got to know it. It's the Jack Nicholson quote from.
What's the name of that movie? the freaking
Drive me nuts. I think
the one with
take away
Tom Cruise.
No. This is Ellen. What's her name? Barkin. Ellen Barkin and Jack Nicholson.
I don't know.
It's the one where he says, you make me want to be a better man.
I don't know. As good as it gets.
Yeah, there you go.
Are there more races like TADHYA out there? What do you mean races like TADHYA? I mean, TADHYA is just... She's just a person. So it's not like... I don't know. You mean like fantasy races? I don't have like... Yeah, I mean, there's like the TADHYA who are mentioned, and the Fomori, but like TADHYA is a human, so.
Human. Is she really though?
Is she really? I guess you'll find out. Over the course of the story. Is she truly human, or is she like a messed up lizard person wearing a human skin?
Well,
That's a twist, guys.
Yeah, I mean,
She's
the whole
a lizard person.
the Gollum thing, and it's in the early pages, so it's not really spoiling anything. But is she like a human, or is she like a human construct?
Wait, you're asking me that? Is she a human, or is she like a human construct?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to give it away now.
All right.
Yeah, yeah, she's got human blood. She is flesh and bone. She is a girl, but it's about like the soul, really, and that's all I can say. That's what makes her different.
I need to. See, I don't know if I want to do two separate ones. That looks all right, right?
Two separate covers?
No. Two separate strands, so they're not
Oh.
going to be identical.
Well, I can't really tell now because it just looks like a messed up creature with like weird hair and one eye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
She needs her eyebrows back.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't have all my levels here. There we go.
Okay. Yeah, I like that look so far. Man, I love those curls, man.
Curls. The girls with the curls.
Yep.
All right, let me see.
So yeah, what'd you think of that TADHYA trailer, Mike? Pretty sick, right?
I like it.
Yeah. I feel like it's like, yeah, you wanna buy this comic, don't you? Wanna know what happens? Like if I saw that, like if I clicked on that campaign page and it wasn't mine, being the person that I am, I would buy this book. So that makes me feel good.
That's what you want.
Yeah. Mhm.
Mecca says, I recognize my views on this may be extreme. Your book looks great, Quinn.
Thanks, buddy.
Cheyenne says that was her real face.
Just the eye.
Hello.
All right, now there is definitely some glamoring stuff going on in TADHYA. As far as like people with Mother Silas in particular. But yeah, just heads up.
Oh, okay. Oops.
Oh, this is really interesting seeing you do this.
Right? It's cheating, huh?
Art cheating.
Totally cheating, man.
I mean, is it really though? It's just like a new way to do art because I still couldn't do this anyway. I like a person that can't do art can't just make this. So it's really just it requires skill to do this, right? I don't know.
That is true. Most people can't cheat this good.
Yeah. She looks like Rose McGowan from the Charm days.
Rose McGowan. Oh, yeah. I never watched Charm. I know you're a big fan.
I mean, I liked it. I'm more of a fan of it now because it's like I liked it when I was younger, but like I very much recognize that it's like not good. It's like not like great television. No, it's like a crappy 90s TV show. But it did have some cool elements, and if you notice, like the symbol that we've been using for TADHYA, that triquetra, triple goddess symbol, is very similar to the one from Charmed, actually. The triquetra.
Yeah, it's funny because I always thought that was a symbol of the Trinity.
Like the Holy Trinity?
Yeah. Wasn't that used in like, I don't know, Celtic, or maybe not Celtic, but
well, it's basically that symbol is pretty much associated with like the triple goddess, Hecate. Because it's like three aspects: mother, maiden, crone, basically.
What the heck is happening here? There we go.
Yeah. So yeah, that's another thing that's cool. So I do this in the second volume, the second book. So there's a scene where TADHYA basically takes this drug thing, and so she comes into contact with the three aspects of herself on the astral plane, basically in like kind of a non-corporeal form, and she's basically communing with the three aspects of herself, which is really interesting. It's a really cool scene that I wrote up. But yeah,
She has
you guys will see that
her poison water moment.
basically.
We know stuff, dude.
Would TADHYA be able to learn the magic system of Westeros? She wouldn't even need it, honestly. But I mean, yeah, why not? Yeah, Melisandre wouldn't be a match for TADHYA at full power, no. Melisandre would try her tricks, but no, it would not work.
No. Oh, has the shipment come in yet? Can you check out front?
Has the shipment arrived?
Well, I have a bunch of mailers coming in. It's supposed to be coming in today, so I can keep packing. But
Yeah.
if they don't come in, I can't ship stuff. Look at that.
Yeah.
I like being
TADHYA.
because it you know, makes it look a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. Oh, let's see. You know what? Let me just put that back here. I'm not lighten this up.
Mecca McChee. So Rose McGowan is who could play her in a movie. Have you seen Rose McGowan recently? Absolutely not. I said Rose McGowan like 15 years ago. But no, but then also still not because Rose McGowan is like way too pale to be Talia also. But just like the face shape kind of looks like Rose McGowan.
So you're saying Rose needs a tan?
Not saying that she's like hideous. I'm just like she's too old is what I meant. She's not the right age to be Talia at this point.
She's been beat up by life, man.
Yeah.
Poor girl.
Yeah. She got into a really bad car accident at one time and had to have a bunch of surgery on her face. That's why she looks so different now. Yeah.
Hmm.
Do.
Oops. Shoot.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's warp this sucker.
No, make Tadia the girl in Split. Who is the girl in Split? That was a pretty good movie. I enjoyed that movie with James McAvoy, where he's got all the personalities.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what that girl looked like.
She had really wide set eyes. That's like the big feature. Dark, wide set eyes, I think.
I think I vaguely remember what she looked like, maybe. Yeah, Tadia has a bit of a tan. So start naming me actresses with tans. Like Ariana Grande, that skin tone. Think that.
How about Ariana Grande?
She's too famous.
Too famous.
And too petite, too. She's too small.
How big is her?
She doesn't look intimidating.
How big is Tadia?
How big is Tadia? I would imagine she's like 5'8", 5'7".
Oh, really?
She'd be tall for a girl, slightly. But she's 16. I'm going to write a book called Mecha Tadia. I fully support it.
Ellen
But I'm
Page.
going to need that check, though.
No.
Someone says the only thing I know Rose McGowan from is Quentin Tarantino's Grindhouse. That's when she has like the AK-47 leg. That's just
Girl
like
leg.
a gun.
That's the one. I don't want this touching her chin.
Tadia. Look at that weird strand of hair. It's just like, she's got a weird mustache
All right, come on.
that grows to the side.
Figure it out. Oh.
She's got very luscious lips.
Yeah, those bow lips. My wife has those lips, so I just give them to everybody. Everyone says all my women look like my wife. That's probably why.
Those lips are great, man. Tadia. Okay, So yeah, I was talking. I guess I could just talk about Tadia a little bit more and like the story and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was talking about like how I created like this fantasy world, and I was showing you guys the map, and we were talking about the world building and all that stuff. So, like I said, I wanted to like create like this big have the story existing in like this bigger fantasy world with like the Dark Lord elements and like the kings and queens and all this stuff. But I wanted all of that to kind of be in the background and have the focus of the story be this very contained story about like specifically TADHYA, even though all the stuff was happening around her. So that's basically what I was trying to create and tell. And I think I pretty much succeeded in that. I think this first book is basically about TADHYA and her handmaiden, Ekata, and them figuring out the mysteries in Eldon and what's happening in this place. And there's dark things happening in Eldon, and people are alive with stories of demonic activity and sorcery, and things are getting weird. And that's basically what the first one is about in a nutshell. Of course, there's a lot of other elements that go into that, but that's the gist of it essentially. Yeah, with lots of little twists and turns like in between.
Oh, hey,
And man,
did you get a
yeah,
did darn it, what is the name of that? Bleeding Fool get a hold of you?
Bleeding Fold.
Bleeding
I don't.
Fool. It's a comic book website that I told them about the book, so I wanted them to get you some press.
I don't know. I don't think they email. I'll check my emails. I'll go through everything again and after the stream. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll have to look at everything. I've been like since I woke up this morning. I've just been like literally working on the campaign page.
No.
I'm just like I literally stopped to get on this stream.
Well, it's about there anyways.
I want it to look amazing. Matthew Weldon was like that. What his response to it was really great. He said it looked really, really good. So it makes me happy.
Yeah, he's like, that's the best thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's really excited about it.
Yep.
I tried to make it look good. I was looking at Billy Tucci's campaign actually, and I was like, his looked really impressive. Just like the whole look of the campaign page, and I wanted mine to look at least that good. I guess I don't know.
I think it looks good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's my goats. Baldia.
Oh, no. Not right at all.
Man, it just works so well. This technique with the hair, it really does work so well.
Yeah. Oops, wrong page.
Yeah, I can only imagine like the tedium of having to draw like every single line in that hair.
Yeah, I don't mind the tedium if I have the time to do it, because it's kind of a weird thing about me.
It is your job.
Yeah. But it is we are a little shy on deadline time here.
Yeah. And Indiegogo snuck up on me with that. Like, we're gonna cancel your campaign in 2 weeks if you don't launch. I was like, okay. Time to launch.
Mike.
We were already planning on doing it. We were already planning on launching this month anyway, but they just like kind of kicked me in the butt, like, get to it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny how fast that 6 months went by.
Just flew by, man. Absolutely. It's pretty incredible. Like, launching tomorrow, and we'll see how it does. Yeah, but I've just been promoting it like on the YouTube community page. People have been seeing the art, getting excited, commenting on it. Posting it on my Facebook page and on Twitter.
What's your
what was that?
What's your mailing list up to?
What's my what?
Mailing list up to.
Oh, what is it up to?
Yeah.
Like over 3,000 at this point.
Ooh, nice.
I think we got it up. We got it up to like 31, I think. So yeah, we got about 3,100 people on the mailing list.
Dang, dude.
So yeah, and it's pretty solid, right?
Yeah. Heck yeah. All right.
And we're back up to. I didn't check. I checked it earlier today, and we were in launching soon. We were back up to number 2 because we had fallen to like number 4 or something.
Oh,
But yeah, like Anna, Star Wars girl, is currently
Oh,
number
really?
1, beating me. That's okay. Yeah, with her secret project that's coming out.
Yeah.
As far as launching soon.
She just announced that today.
Oh yeah, so that's why it's number 1. Dang it. Toddy would be number 1 if she unannounced it, Got it.
Yeah, sorry. After 6 months, you're no longer in the number 1 spot.
It's impressive that I'm still like it's been like top 3 or 5 like the longest consistently pretty much.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. People have shown interest consistently.
I haven't even looked to see where Magus 7 is.
Oh, yeah. You stopped promoting it. I haven't heard anything about Magazine.
I know. I'm so busy doing everything else. It's like, but I have to.
Yeah.
That July 4th. So.
Oh, that's when it's coming, July 4th.
Yeah.
You're already done with all the art for it, right?
Yeah. I mean, I have some stuff to fix, but yeah, pretty much.
You drew it really quickly, like a matter of a couple weeks. Yeah.
I pretty much blew through that thing.
Yeah, I remember. So rosy and okay. So, people, you are currently watching Mike Miller draw TADHYA's hair, every strand by strand.
Seriously. No, really.
The beautiful hair of TADHYA.
So should do
Dude, between can I just like say like how thankful I am to have like such a wonderful artist on this project? It's like I constantly am just like you, Matt, Kanan. It's just like God, I could not ask for better.
Good team.
Absolutely fantastic. What was that?
It's a good team.
Yeah. It's freaking great.
Add this, that. Yeah, I keep wanting to say how excited I am to see how this does, but it's like so redundant at this point.
Yeah.
Repeating.
Yeah.
Yes. We're excited.
Yes. You should come up with some trading card goals.
Oh yeah.
Maybe. Trading cards are popular, right? I saw those on a few campaigns.
Yeah. For maybe bookmarks too.
Oh yeah, bookmarks. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun with the stretch goals, but we wanna launch and see before just like plopping a bunch of stretch goals up there. Launch and see how well it does the first couple days, and then we can set stretch goals with a better idea of what's achievable.
Yeah. So I'm like kind of anxious, see how it does, kind of nervous, but excited, you know. Like you said, redundant, but I don't know what else to say. That's the main emotion that I'm feeling right now. Excitement, anxiety. Cool.
Anxious excitement.
Sweet.
About to give birth. Right?
You have a good following and your videos are good. Thanks a lot. Simon on 7.
Yep. That's about right.
Can I get a Mike Miller cover signed and a kiss mark? Perhaps. I mean,
I don't know about the kiss mark.
for $5,000.
Yeah. We'll just add that to the highest tier. All right, I'm gonna move over here. Start. So I can't do that with her hair here because I have to kind of wing it. So, oh wait, let me get rid of this. Where's her other hair? Oh, there it is. All right, that's that hair. That's that hair. So let's merge that. Merge those layers. Look, she's winking. Wait, what happened? Oh, okay. Oh, I see what I did. I merged everything together. I made that disappear. All right. Oh, Quinn noped out. And he's back.
And I'm back. Hello.
Guess who's
Yeah,
back?
sorry, that was actually my mistake that time. I closed the browser for no reason.
Oh,
But yeah.
I see. You
Guess
were
who's
getting
back?
tired of being
Back
here.
again.
I get it. It can get pretty boring watching me draw. And I
Oh,
need
man.
to take the time to start doing some produced videos because my channel's just dying over here.
Drawing all the strands of hair for TADHYA. Each one of those strands of hair is infused with magic.
That's true.
That is canon. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, I mean, I guess I could. We haven't really talked about the other characters for TADHYA at all. I guess I can talk about some of that. So TADHYA is the main character, and I guess in book one, the second build character would be the character Ekata, who is her handmaiden that comes in at some point. And there's also there's also Timothy, TADHYA's dad, who's kind of an idiot and a pushover. They've got Aella, or Aelia, TADHYA's stepmother, and Della, her little sister, and Damien, her little brother. And then we've got the town priest, Teslin, who comes into play. This dude's a douche. And we've also got Shodan, the Lord Ashmaker, who shows up right at the end. And the Ashmakers are basically witch hunters. So he shows up right at the end of the first book. Who else is in TADHYA? We mentioned Teslin. There is Losig, a little boy, who plays a pretty significant role in TADHYA. And in fact, what Losig does in this first volume of TADHYA pretty much sets the stage for everything that happens in all of the other ones. It like sets all of that up. It's very important. But yeah, so yeah, those are some of the characters. Probably missing a few. There's Morella, TADHYA's cousin, who shows up. Oh yeah, the witches. Yeah, obviously. God dang it. So there's Mother Silas, who is basically Mother Silas is the only coven witch that you need to know about that needs to be named right now. Even though I do know who the other ones are, but she's the only one that is named in this first volume of TADHYA. And Mother Silas is the leader of the coven, and she is very, 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 very manipulative and dead set on the goal that she has in mind, and she is unwilling to let anything get in her way. Anything. She's willing to do almost anything to do what she needs to do. She has a huge vendetta against Gideon, who is the current king of Morath. Huge vendetta, and you'll find out more about why she hates him so much in the second volume. So basically, what I've told you about it is that at some point the coven went to Gideon for help. They asked him to stop, kind of like persecuting the worshippers of the old ways and kind of like stop, pushing this new religion, the divinity, because it's like hurting the TADHYA and it's weakening the barrier basically. And he basically tells him to screw off. And that's part of the reason that Mother Silas hates him, but that's not the full reason. That's not the full picture. There's definitely more to that backstory.
She wants to kiss him.
Not exactly. Not exactly. See, that's kind of like, it's part of the misdirection. I can't tell you what it is. It's great though. It's great. Like I said, I hate shoehorn. I hate shoehorn romances.
Mhm.
So like, I'm not gonna say I hate a shoehorn romance and then just shoehorn a romance in. But yeah, there are reasons. There are reasons which you will discover. But yeah,
Romance is the best reason for revenge.
perhaps sometimes it is. Sometimes you need a romance, and like I said, I'm not totally against it. It just has to be right. Someone says hi, Quinsley. Hello, Roscoe.
Let's go. Hair tier. Get a Mike S. Miller strand. No, always. They always want my hair. I think they want to make voodoo models or voodoo dolls.
Probably. Simeon says it's out tomorrow. I thought it was next week. Time to fly. Yep, it's tomorrow. Sunday
It
at
was
noon. So it's noon Eastern time, right through though. So it'll be a little bit earlier Pacific time.
Yeah, so wow, by the time I wake up, it'll be up and going.
Yeah. So we will see. I'm gonna send that list out and start streaming. And I'll be like, buy my book, guys. It is available.
Did Matt confirm if he can be here?
I kept asking him. He just, I don't know. We'll have to see. I asked him several times, but I'll ask him again. You know how he is with the DMs.
Did you ask Kanan? Yeah, I know how he is.
I didn't ask Kanan. Yeah. I need to ask Kanan and see if he can come on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone says, Quinn, who are your literary influences? I actually went over earlier in the stream all the specific influences for TADHYA. I went over all of them earlier on, and basically I mentioned Neil Gaiman, and then specifically what Marion Zimmer Bradley did with the character Morgaine in The Mist of Avalon. And I mentioned Stephen King, Lovecraft. I mentioned Lewis Carroll with Alice in Wonderland and Baum with The Wizard of Oz. So there's a lot, and you'll be able to read all that in detail on when the campaign launches tomorrow. It'll all be on the campaign page. So totally. Sometimes you got to bribe Matt with peanut butter.
That's true.
If you want him to do something at a set time.
Matt's Peanut Butter Jones is legendary, so.
That is hilarious.
Don't seek understanding. It doesn't actually make sense.
Yeah. I'm perfectly fine with Matt's creative process if he continues to produce art that is as good as the art that he's been producing.
Yeah. Actually, lately he's been on a pepperoni lasagna Jones. So
Really?
with Matt, it's always about some sort of a food thing. So
He's like, oh, I'm eating. I'm sorry. I can't.
you're like, Matt, I'll give you, I'm going to take away 10%, but I'm going to give you a lifetime supply of pepperoni lasagna. He would do it.
He's like, deal. Someone says Tad Williams' Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn. Those books have been recommended to me so much as in A Song of Ice and Fire fan because apparently George R. Martin was heavily influenced by that series, but I have not read it. And yeah, so, but thanks for the recommendation. I have not read it though. Someone says Quinn is obviously short for Quinsley. Actually, Quinn is short for Quindarius Quintrell. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's actually Quinn.
Quinn, baby. It's true. My name is Quinn. Secret is revealed. I'm a double Quinn.
The first I've ever met, frankly. First double Quinn
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's many other double Quinns in the world. I could really go QQ Howard if I wanted,
Yeah.
which would be cool actually, and I might start doing that.
'Cause
QQ Howard. That sounds cool.
Yeah. 2Q Howard.
Yeah.
What's up, 2Q?
Someone said it's like a Greek name. Yeah, Quindarius is very much like a Greek sounding name. Quindarius.
I know, dude. I told you that first time. I was like, that's cool. That's like fantasy name.
Yeah. I used to be very embarrassed of my name. I used to be like, oh, it's weird and long. But then now I'm just like, yeah, Quindarius. I actually considered changing my YouTube channel to just Quindarius, but I went with Quinn's ideas. But yeah.
Yeah, people would think you were making it up.
Yeah.
They're like, what's Quindarius? That's my name. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
It's what's funny? Yesterday, my daughter was asking me. She's like, "Why would anybody name their kid Mike?" I'm like, "What?"
Mike?
Yeah, because it's so common. Nowadays you can name your kid if you want to, and it's like, thanks a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Mike is a very common name.
Yeah.
And so it's like Dave. I know so many people named Dave. It's like actually ridiculous. My roommate's name is Dave. Like, I know so many people named Dave. But yeah. I know a few people named Mike too. So weird.
I know, right?
But like you said, common name.
It was only the most common name for like an entire generation. But you know why my mom named me Mike and my brother Tom was because she was expecting to get divorced, and he's like, darn it, what's happening here? So she was just like preparing herself that if she had to get divorced, she wanted her kids to have names that if she had to take us back to Japan, that people could pronounce in Japan. So she named me Michael.
Oh, wow.
Michael, which, by the way, Michael in Japanese, that's a girl's name. And then Tommy, which I think is also a girl.
Really?
Yeah. So that's why she named us Michael and Thomas. Just
very, very common name.
Bail on my dad. I'm like, that's a good planning. Mom.
Yeah. It's an excellent plan.
Always thinking ahead, my mom. Young Five Ever says Maikoru. No, it would be Maiko, Michael, which is literally one of her best friend's daughter's name.
Michael.
That's going to be one of your characters' names now, isn't it?
Yep. I also noticed that there's one frame in TADHYA where Aldius looks just like Edwin. I don't know if Matt did that on purpose.
Oh, really?
But there was one frame where it's like Edwin. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just seeing it myself, but there's one frame, yeah. One like little panel.
Patrick says Mike.
Why not Nick instead of Mike?
Mirror. Why not Mick? Mick. I don't think there's an I in Japanese. Kuro.
Huh.
I u e o. A I u e. Neck. No, there's no I. There's no I in Japanese.
Oh man, look at those luscious TADHYA curls.
TADHYA curls.
Coming together. The curls of TADHYA.
Comics Exposed wants you to start all over. Says, what is Quinn's book about and why should I buy it?
Okay, yeah, well, TADHYA is an epic horror fantasy story surrounding the title character TADHYA, So she's basically caught in between the machinations of like this manipulative, very powerful coven of witches, and King Gideon, who has kind of a vendetta against like the old ways, and he's employed his ash makers to stamp out all of the old pagan worship of the Tuatha, leaving offerings to the gods of the forest and whatnot. And so basically, in the background, while I'm telling this very like kind of contained story about this girl who's created by this coven for a specific purpose. So in the background, I've got this bigger, wider, more classic fantasy tale being told. That's not the focus about Baelor and his evil eye and his Fomori that are rising and invading the barrier and invading the realm of Hecate. But like I said, that is the tangential backdrop to the story that is very much about this young girl, this character, figuring out who she is, figuring out why she was created and what the purpose of it is. But this first book, this first volume in the story is specifically about the town Eldon where she is growing up, and there's very strange things starting to happen. People are going missing. Villagers are going missing. There's been murders. People are acting strangely, and there's a very specific reason to it. And it's about TADHYA uncovering her power, figuring it out, and also, yeah, that's what it's about, essentially. That's what's going on. It's horror fantasy, essentially. So there we go.
Yep.
So
and
that was my 60-second pitch.
we haven't broken it down, or Quinn hasn't. Actually, you're having Matt break it down, right?
Oh yeah. The book, yeah.
Yeah.
As far as the panel by panel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we haven't seen that yet, but I did read the story, and it is good. So you guys are going to enjoy it. Quinn is a good writer. So don't worry about that. We have the combo of excellent writing and excellent art, which is how you make excellent graphic novels.
Thanks for saying so, Mike.
Got it.
And yes, I do believe this is a good story, and I tried my very best not to emulate anybody. That's the one thing I didn't want to do. Like I didn't want to like sit down and be like, I'm gonna try and be like this writer or try and tell this kind of story. I always knew for a really long time that I wanted to tell a story about witches, specifically witches. And so it was just a matter of like figuring out all of the elements and putting it all together and figuring out which bits of mythology I wanted to use. So I ended up taking, as I said, like a lot of different mythology from all over the place. Like there's some various bits of African mythology going on. There's a lot of Celtic mythology, Norse mythology is in there, classical mythology is in there. It's just all in there, and it's all slightly altered and weaved together for the purposes of my story. So it's not like I didn't take myths directly. I took them and changed them pretty significantly to fit. So you'll recognize all sorts of names and kind of like thematic elements of different myths. But yeah. TADHYA.
Deselect.
And Mike is currently drawing her hair to make her not Baldia.
Yeah, we're not doing Baldia. What's up, Snapper? No. Yeah, and do sign up early for the mailing list, which Raythulu is popping up there. You will get a very nice discount if you sign up to the mailing list. You will, and that's the only way you'll get that discount.
Mm-hmm. So let me tell you about the discounts. So if you get on the mailing list, you can get 20% off the signed paperback of TADHYA, and you can also get 15% off the signed hardcover of TADHYA if you get on the mailing list. Yep, but you have to sign up before the campaign launches tomorrow at noon EST.
Your time is running out.
Yes. Get on it, guys.
Grab it like you want it.
Does TADHYA wear a dress for the whole book? I mean, see, here's the thing. See, I created TADHYA as a character very much rejects this whole noble lady idea. So she has her stepmother, Aela, or Aelia, however you want to pronounce it, who is very, very beautiful, very into the proper lady. She comes from a very wealthy family. In fact, between her and Timothy, her family is actually the wealthy one. And I actually do mention her father, Tamrin, in this series, who is a good friend of the king, Gideon, actually. So that'll come in at some point. But yeah, so Ayala is very much like the lady, the noble lady. And she's always like, TADHYA, comb your hair. TADHYA, put on your dress. TADHYA, stand up straight. And TADHYA very much rejects that. She doesn't really care about like having the neat dress or like having her hair combed all the time. She's very much wild child. And there's even a specific line where Ayala is saying she should be married off now before her wildness destroys her, which has various implications. But yeah, yeah. So that's the deal with that.
Ooh, baby, she's a wild child.
Yeah. Does she wear pointy shoes? I'm afraid this is not The Last Apprentice by Joseph Delaney, and witches do not wear pointy shoes.
Wait, what's wrong with pointy shoes?
They're cool and all, but you know, it's just the TADHYA witches don't wear. In fact, Mother Silas in that opening scene when you first see her, she's barefoot in the woods. So there's not shoes. I mean, I guess in the still frame of, huh?
I said, no shoes for you.
Yeah, no shoes. Victor says, I'm not buying this for my son. Well,
Cool.
you know,
You don't
that's
have
cool.
a son, Victor.
Not everything is for your son. Not everything is for everybody. That's the thing. Like this story, this is a scary fantasy story. Well, it's a fantasy story with some pretty significant horror elements, I should say. Yeah. So, and it is about a girl. It's about a female character. So if that's not your thing, then I guess whatever. In fact, most of the characters in TADHYA are female. So yeah, just a heads up, it's a coven of witches. But I do have there's several male characters. Like I said, TADHYA's dad. Huh?
You got warlocks?
Oh, I was talking about earlier about the backstory, one of the backstories. So when we pulled up the map earlier, I showed you Eldon, which is where like the first volume basically takes place pretty much in Eldon contained. And in those mountains surrounding Eldon, in the before the mines were mines, there was a group of people that have been named by history as the warlocks of the mountain. So in those mountains, yeah. So in those mountains back in the day, they gave offerings to Baelor and sacrificed to Baelor, and it says it gave them powers over mortal men and over animals and over all sorts of things. But like it wasn't a power that was meant for people to have. At least that's the way the quote unquote myth goes. And so they were destroyed at some point. But that's the myth inside of TADHYA. But I was thinking that I could go, I had plans on going back and doing like a shorter comic at some point, telling what was really the backstory of the Warlocks of the Mountain, which is like the Daughters of Hecate. They really just worship one of the heavenly aspects, Baelor. They worship the Dark One, while the Daughters of Hecate worship Hecate, yeah, who is the Light One, which is interesting. Just think about that a little bit, because if you look at what the Coven is doing, and then you juxtapose it against how I'm describing the goddess Hecate and how she is supposed to operate, you can kind of see some discrepancies, and that actually does come into play at some point. But yeah, basically what I was saying is, if that went wrong, what I was doing by creating that backstory with the Warlocks of the Mountain and saying that you had these people that worship the heavenly aspect at some point, and then it went bad, and then I'm trying to make you think about what's happening now in the current story with like the Daughters of Hecate worshiping a heavenly aspect and creating TADHYA. Is this going to go bad in the same way? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. So that's what I'm trying to evoke here.
Gotcha.
Totally. But they are called the Warlocks of the Mountain. That does not mean that they're all necessarily guys, even though, yeah, they're guys.
So are they around?
And also, huh?
Are
they still around? Okay, let's not get into that. But like yeah. So as far as like male practitioners of witchcraft, it's not like I'm not handling the terms warlock and witch necessarily the way those terms are traditionally used. Like traditionally, like a warlock is just a male witch, and then a witch is like a female, same thing. But here, I'm kind of using the term warlock to mean a worshiper or a practitioner of like Baelor's form of magic almost, whereas a witch is someone that draws their magic from Hecate.
Your world has its own rules and its own definitions.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's what I'm doing in Lone Star.
So-
My vampires don't necessarily fit every mythology of vampires. I have my own science behind my vampires.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And I also want to say too, like in TADHYA, since I was talking about the gender dynamics or whatever, they do make use of men. There are men that work for the coven or involved with the coven in various different ways. But yeah, but like the daughters of Hecate are very much a matriarchal order, whereas like I guess I'll say this: the warlocks of the mountain, if they were to still exist, their power has greatly dwindled, and they don't exist in the same capacity that they once did. And that's all I'll say. Someone says, like the Kindly Man's on gaming. Yeah, so the Kindly Man's is, the Kindly Ones is a volume of Sandman. I think it's the last one. I think is named that. Do Hansel and Gretel show up to kill the witches? How'd you predict my ending? God, I gotta change everything now.
I tell you,
God, I gotta change everything.
they figure out these guys.
Are there unicorns? No unicorn. I'm sorry to disappoint. But you can watch My Little Pony if you want.
That is directed towards me. I have a very strong argument for unicorns being because unicorns are in the Bible, and I have people who will argue with that unicorns didn't exist, and I'm like, literally, the Asian woolly rhino is a unicorn.
It's got like horns and stuff.
It's literally the Latin name for it is unicornus.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, and if you go to Marco Polo's description of a unicorn, it's the Asian woolly rhino. It's like the head like a boar with a giant, horn, and it's like you go through the whole description and you're like, he's describing a freaking Asian woolly rhino.
Yeah.
So people know how staunch I am about my unicorn faith, and so they they bring it up. It's kind of a meme on my channel, so get used to that.
Victor says I can't sign up for some reason. I'm not sure why that is. You should just be able to click on the launch page, and then like there's like a little bar right there that says sign up, and type it in and just click accept and click OK or whatever. I don't know. Might be an Indiegogo issue.
It might be Victor.
It might be Victor.
It might be
Victor.
Unicornus for life. That's right, DJ.
Oh yeah.
And they have a frozen baby rhino, so I don't see why they can't clone them.
I don't even know how that works with genetics and stuff. That stuff is so confusing.
They can clone goats. They can clone a freaking unicorn. Come on.
Don't they have to like sequence the DNA code first though, which like takes forever?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dude.
Come on, Mike. Spread your expertise on biomechanics.
I want mammoths. I want unicorns. I want dinosaurs. So
welcome to Jurassic Park.
That's right. Bring it. Bring it.
There are certain parts of California that look just like Jurassic Park. I've noticed that. Like we were driving through a forest before you get to like that little bay part. That's like basically driving across the bay. That forest, that jungle looks like Jurassic Park. Seriously.
Yeah, where have you been now that you've been here? Have you gone up to like Mendocino or San Francisco or?
I've been all through the Bay. I've been to San Francisco. I haven't gone up to the lake, no. But yeah.
Did you step on any human feces while you were in San Francisco?
I did not. I did not, thankfully. Oh, look at TADHYA. I keep clicking away and then coming back and then seeing the work that's been done.
Yeah, I actually merged these layers up, so it's...
Oh, dang, man. Wow. That is impressive. TADHYA. TADHYA. That's so funny. Like, I literally did think about, like, hiring, like, a choir to, like, do, like, a TADHYA. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so merge those up. Send this down. Careful.
Someone says the DNA code is damaged. Similar creatures may not have similar number of chromosomes. At least with a goat, you can clone. The chat moved.
Wait,
at least with a goat clone, you have a real goat to impregnate.
How do you know the DNA code is damaged on that frozen woolly rhino? Have you done the research on the frozen woolly rhino to know for sure?
Yeah, person. Way up in here on this TADHYA.
Dang it.
Well, Matt, I'm glad you suggested a geographic novel to me like 2 years ago or whatever it was.
Gosh, how long ago was that?
It's been about 2 years at this point.
Seriously?
Yeah. So it was like literally on a stream, just like, hey, you ever considered doing a graphic novel? And I'm like, oh, I have a story that I've been thinking about a little bit. And now we're about to launch.
Yeah.
Seems pretty surreal.
Dang. Well, if you make $1 million, then you owe me something.
Oh yeah, man. I haven't forgotten about you and all your help. Oh man, it's been like such a blessing to have like you helping me with this, because like it would have been so hard to do otherwise. Just like as my first campaign, not having like any guidance or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been really amazing.
You got it, man.
And hopefully, I can be on my own 2 feet in the next campaign. Me and Matthew Eldon drawing this book.
Yeah.
TADHYA 2. But let's not think about that yet. Let's get through this first one.
One thing at a time, man. Why are you in such
One
a
thing
rush?
at a time. Yeah. Let's see. What are we talking about in the chat? Ave Satanist, Avenue Satanist, Ave Satanist.
All right, just
great music for horror, movie, and creepy.
my cat keeps trying to knock everything off my desk.
The cat.
The cat.
The kitty.
Can you just take him someplace else?
Kind of hard.
Oh man, yeah, but I'm just God, TADHYA. It's insane. What else can I say about it?
You said you had the idea. What were you going to do with the idea prior to me convincing you to drop a novel?
I think I was conceptualizing it as either like probably like a novel. I think I was thinking just like an average size novel, like 400 pages or something like that, which is still probably in the works, because it's like if we can, once we put out all 3 books, I can go back and still do the novelization of it and put that out as well. But yeah, that was the original concept. I think I was thinking about it as a novel. Yeah. But like, I think the graphic novel just medium, the comic book medium, is just so amazing because like you can tell there's definitely something about opening up, like especially like a big hardcover graphic novel and just seeing the page and just seeing the art immediately, versus just having to read the description. Like there's something about just having just beautiful full page art and then the words that just adds something to it, I think. And I've gotten a lot of joy. It's definitely a different experience reading a graphic novel versus reading a book. And I enjoy a lot. In fact, recently, I've always read comics, but recently, as in like the last 4 or 5 years, I've been reading way, way, way more graphic novels and kind of less traditional books. Well, I won't say less, probably just as many, but like I've been adding graphic novels to the thing. And when you suggested it to me, like so much just like popped up into my head, like so many things that I had seen. I was like, why can't I do this? Like I'm thinking about like Jodorowsky's like The Inkle and how much he does in like the first 30 pages of that. It's just like, what? How do you do that in 30 pages? So I was just like, they're so, yeah, like I said, just an incredibly versatile medium. And I always hate it when people say like, oh, it's a comic book, and they don't really, a lot of people like reject comic books immediately. They think, oh, comic book, it's for kids. It's like not that deep. It's basic. But hello, Alan Moore, this is Watchmen, Promethea, Sandman. There's so many examples of like Rick Remender. Loa is one of my favorite comic books. It's so deep, so beautiful. But yeah, like I said, tremendous potential in the medium.
Yeah,
that's why I'm happy to be doing a comic.
Fan, so.
What was that?
I said I knew you were a comic fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely a fan.
And to you says, love the artwork. Thank you. Thank you. If anybody here is new, please do subscribe. And if you are here and haven't subscribed to Quinn's Ideas yet, please get on over there. Someone can drop the link in the chat. Gotta remind people. Remind them all. Where's Weldon, man? He should be here.
Yeah. Weldon. Yeah, where'd he go?
I don't know. I knew he had to work on the other cover, so I thought it'd be cool if we could work on him at the same time, but he's a flake.
Yeah. Nick C says, don't invoke Alan Moore, Quinn. Why not? Alan Moore is amazing. Alan Moore is great.
I think because he's
not everybody's cup of tea.
No, he's great writer.
He's very bitter.
Maybe a little psychotic or something.
Yeah, he's a little crazy. He's like a crazy old chaos magician wizard guy, and he doesn't want you adapting his story. He's like, leave my story alone.
He's a crazy old wizard. Pay no mind to that old wizard.
Yeah. But like I was saying too, I think he might actually like the new Watchmen show because I felt like that stayed on. That wasn't like what they did with like what DC did with like Doomsday Clock Watchmen, where it's like crapping all over the old stuff and like trying to bring it into like with Batman and all of them. Like we don't need them to be mixed in with all those people. But like what HBO did with Lindelof, that was good. I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too. I was surprised they're not doing a second one.
Yeah. Oh man.
Well, I don't know. Do you think it'd even be set up for a second one?
I hate it. Honestly, right at the end of it is when it lost me right at the end when she eats the egg, because they had already been like, anybody that wants this power shouldn't have it. And then she eats the egg. So it's like she wanted the power. What? They kind of like defeated their own thing right there at that point, in my opinion. But other than that, the show was very, very, very good up until right at the end. Weldon is most likely on a trampoline. Says Flynn Saucer. Eating peanut butter on a trampoline.
You need the background for these stories. Matt found a trampoline at like someone was like leaving on the side of their yard or whatever. You know,
really
leave stuff for the garbage or for people to just take. So he found this trampoline, and somehow he I mean, he came on the stream and he just seemed so out of it. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, well, I was on a trampoline. I kind of hit my head on a thing. I'm like, you sound like you have a concussion. He's like, no, I'm fine. It's like, no, legit. Everyone here thinks you have a concussion. He's like, no. I'm like, don't go to
Maybe
sleep.
you should see a doctor.
He's like, yeah,
Oh
but I
my god.
got a trampoline. Like, Matt, you are going to kill yourself.
Oh man. Yeah, Matthew's really, really great, man. He's a great, like, as I've gotten to know him over the course of the last several months, he's a really great guy. He's really genuine, very, 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 very passionate about his art and his craft, and just very, very talented.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, he's just a great guy.
He is indeed. He's a tremendous goofball too. So.
Yeah.
Who likes free trampolines?
Free. Well, who doesn't like free trampolines?
That's true. That's fair enough. I probably would have taken it too.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if I would have
want a trampoline.
So that's the thing. It's like we have a trampoline, like one of the smaller ones, but I don't know how much jumping.
We had a big one in the backyard when I was a kid, man. It had one of the screens on it. That thing was awesome. I miss it.
Well, you can get yourself another one soon, man.
Yeah, whenever I get an actual yard.
Yeah.
And I can put things in.
So you probably don't want to talk about where you're looking, but how's the house search going, or the apartment or whatever?
It's going pretty good. We think we know what we're gonna go for at this point, but yeah, it's just the process of waiting for it to be available and all that jazz, and getting all of it going. So, and it doesn't help that it's all happening at the same time. It's like my graphic novel coming out. It's like two things at once.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's life, man. You're gonna need to get used to it.
Totally. Yep, I'm gradually getting more and more used to it.
All right.
As I continue to become old. All right. I think I'm gonna have to run pretty soon to get just to get back to work on the campaign and junk. But man,
oops.
I really, really, really like what you've done so far, and I can't wait to see like the finished thing. And I might jump back in later if you're still streaming. I don't know if you will be. But yeah, man.
What do you think, man? I'll be here.
All right. Peace, dude.
All right. Peace out.
Thank guys for coming.
And that was Quinn, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for visiting. Merging layers. Yeah, and if you are new here, Quinn does come and hang out often, so or has in the past and will now that we're doing the comic. So please do subscribe if you want to hang out for live streams and whatnot. I do mostly live streams on my channel. Bring on the siege. Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. All right, let me drop the link to Aras. Let's see, working. I don't know if she's busy. Oh, hey, look, some more people are showing the Lone Stars that they got in. I will be sharing those on Twitter, retweeting. Anybody else? Anybody else? Goodness, there's a bunch of posts. All right. Rock and roll. Where are we? Where are we? We are... Where am I? What am I looking for? StreamYard. There it is. That was awkward. What was awkward, Victor? You were awkward, Victor? That's so unlike you. That's life. That's life. Let me exit Uh-oh. Oh, hold on a second. Let me turn this off. How can I comment? Like and share. Why can't I paste? What happened? Oh. There we go. All right. Ooh, that scared me. Transform. Bring in Siege to critique your work, Mike. I sent her the link. If she would like to come in and critique my work, then that's fine. Let's get a good warp on here. Get a good warp. So I can bend this hair around the head. Isn't that, oops. Some people get their kicks stomping on a dream. All right. Okay. All right. Let's duplicate that layer. That's life. Funny and sexy.
Some people get their dicks stomping on the street. Unfortunately, stomping on the street.
Let's see. No, that doesn't look right. All right, I still don't get why someone would downvote this stream. There are 5 of them now. Oh, Jeff, you know how it is. How much would you charge if I sent you my TADHYA book with your cover, tip, and have you sign it? Oh. Yeah. I don't usually like to charge for stuff like that, but if I let one person do it, a bunch of people are going to want to do it, so I don't know if that's a great idea. What did I do? Merge layers. Okay. But it's probably something I could figure out. I don't want to just say no offhand. Da, 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 da.
Now that's a lot of damage.
You know what? Let me fill this spot here first. Duplicate
That is
layer.
not light.
Okay, turn it off. Wand it here.
Blink off.
And then, bam. Whoops. Wrong one. Bam. Those 2. There's just lurk outside Mike's house, and when he goes for his walk, jump out at him brandishing the book and a pen. Pay for the return shipping and tip him for sure, but obviously I think Mike wants to be honest with you, and you want to be honest with him. I do want to be honest. I've had people send stuff to sign, and sometimes I get it back to them pretty quick, but sometimes it'll just sit there for the longest time because I'm just busy. So
Busy boy.
Busy boy. Isaac. Boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka. I'll get you a burrito. tempting me with my burritos. I see how you are now. I see what the plan is. Kind of like that. One. Funny, that Star Wars girls knocked Quinn off the top of the charts there. What's going on there? Bam. And merge those layers. Oh shoot, I forgot to copy that layer. Darn it. I find my attempt to add hair amusing. All right. Keep the language a little cleaner than that in Mike's chat. Yeah. Oh, this is it's a swear-free zone. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Could I have Mike sign a pair of socks for me? I'll send first before sending them. No. What's going on with that Star Wars girl? Oh, she's launching another project with Dynamite. I don't know what it is. So I have no info for you on that front. But yeah. She's launching a new project with them, and so she has it up as a what do they call that?
Okay, so this.
An upcoming project. Is that what it is? Is that what they call it? They call it an upcoming project. What do you want, cat?
Ching Chong is censored in Roblox.
What time is Quinn's book launching tomorrow? 9 o'clock Pacific. 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Hope you guys are excited about it. I'm excited about it for multiple reasons. I want to see Quinn and I want to see Matt do really well. Oh no, look at that. I screwed up. Hold on a second. Let me merge this and then get rid of this squirrely thing I added here. And I want this to be part of my my grander plan, which Quinn is totally down for, which is getting larger YouTube personalities, larger channels to start making comic books. And I know Quinn was a writer, so I saw that right away that was an opportunity to have someone who knew the craft and loves comics to jump in and start and create something for a new audience, or his audience, frankly. So he's step one in my plan, and he's totally down with the plan. So that is epic. That is not right. Zoom, no. This is the one. So there we go. Deselect. Layers. Invite Star Wars girl, Cecil John, but keep Pie Man out. Invite them to what? Invite them to what? To my plan? Oh, John doesn't want to be part of my plan. John doesn't want to be part of my plan. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Look how this is shaping up. Look how her hair is shaping up. That is getting cooler and cooler. Quinn is step one in Mike's villainous plan to conquer the world. It's not a villainous plan. It's a wonderful plan. It's a plan born of love. Love. Love is in the air. Do, 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 do. Love is in the air. I'm actually going to leave that strand this time. That's another thing I want to do. Hang on. Let me do a... Oh, no. Did want to do some random strands flapping about. Like that. Oops.
How? How do you do? Yeah.
Merge layers. And then
Watch this one. Oh yeah. Silence, Michael. Silence. Automatic though. Let's see if it works on the phone.
oops.
So, on that.
Doop, doop, doop. All right. Merge layers. What is this one? Merge layers.
Away.
All right. My editor says overuse exclamation points. I like it. A unibrow that's long. It's perfect. That rebel curl looked good there, but maybe too unruly for the character. No. That's what you're not getting. The character doesn't like to be all nice and tidy and clean. She likes to be a bit of a rascal, you know. So it works. It works quite well with the character.
I just want a body. In the mail bag.
Totally just this way, these guys. I think they rated.
Of course, this is going the wrong way.
Ooh, just for annoying.
Let's push those up. In a day or two. Hey. She looks pretty tidy. Well, okay, leave me alone. Leave me alone. All right, let me give this a little bit of a change here. I don't want it to all look like I'm cutting and pasting everywhere all the time.
Okay, He was picked you
Have to say, I'll say it anyway. Yeah, I bet your Quinn's a little bit stressed. I know right before I launched my campaigns, I was a little stressed, not knowing what's going to happen, you know?
That's not phantasm. I'm not sure. Two. Level 2.
To say, I'll say it anyway. Crumbs on her hair. Why did she hide wands in that hair? No. I don't think this isn't a Harry Potter kind of a story, so. You're a wizard, Harry. To say, I'll say it anyway.
Got it. Got it.
Well, you know what? No, let's do this the other way. Guess it's better to be safe than sorry. Just want to fill this space up right here because it's so empty. Oops. Oh, no, I did it again. Players. Should be coming for you any day. Take on me. Take me on. Hey, whoops. Yabby. Do it. She's wearing white, so it would be hard to tell. It's not white. She's not wearing white. Let's save this up a little bit. Remake. What you talking about? What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Willis? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Ni hao.
No racism. I'm doing the on your house.
Oh, come on, I can't make it.
She's got a lot of hair. Looking kind of white to me. Well, it's all about the colors, isn't it? The colors. 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 I am a nightmare walking, psychopath talking. King of the jungle, just a gangster stalking. Fire cracker, quick as my fuse. Red or blue, live or die by the colors I choose. Colors. Colors. Actually, no, not up there. All right. Oops. Here's.
Meow.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Little spots. Little spots, little spots. Let me in. Oops, I did it again. I keep going that, don't I? Large layers. Large the layers. Oh, it's looking good, huh? Look at all that hair. Did you already talk about Sakimi-chan having to apologize for liking Candace Owens' tweets? No. Is that what she liked? I was wondering. I saw that she liked something and then she got hate mobbed for it, but I didn't know what she liked. So I didn't pay it much mind. But that's ridiculous. Nobody hate mobs me for liking Sakimi-chan or for liking Candace Owens' tweets. I do that all the time. All right, let's see if we can do one of these. Some little squigglies sticking out. There's. Wand. Wand. Brush. Wand. Brush. See how easy this stuff is when you're doing it digital? Wand. Brush. Wand. Brush. All right, hey guys. Should probably do something about skin tone. But I could leave it to the colorist. Could just leave it all up to the colorist.
Bone arrow falls out. Y'all dead.
Mike had a different kind of hate bomb. Looks like good Mike, but I like the Mooka hair the most. Acute choker. That would be cute, but it's not part of the character design. So I say the nay. Let's do. There's some shading here. Dang, I don't think my freaking packaging material is coming in today. They lied to me. They're being liars to me. Do, 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 do. When Mike is done, I will redraw her with all the stuff she is missing, dandruff, crumbs on her hair, and you stop. You stop. You kids and your ideas. I know I could just make a brush that would make this look much easier. That would be just much easier. Mm-hmm. I'm not. Should I do anything in the background? Or no? What do you guys think? You know what I could do? I could do a background that is like that. Except then I would have to do something along the lines of nope, I don't want to do that. Where's my other brushes?
Yeah.
General brushes? No. Special effects brushes? Wet media brushes? Dry media brushes. Where is the brush I flippin' made? Rename group, brush tips, restore. Import. Now, I don't know where my brush went. I had a brush that I made for doing crisscrossing backgrounds, but now I don't know where it is. I'm not good at Photoshop. Simple, so it doesn't look busy. Pin drop. Pin drop? What do you mean pin drop? What is you meaning by pin drop? Nope. I could just leave it open for color. Just get rid of it. Leave it open for color. Like a dot. Like a dot. Like a dot. What do you guys think? How about a McDonald's sign? I don't know. I kind of like it like that. I need some opinions from the peanut gallery here. I'm just so bad at making up my own mind. Sounds like a plan. Does it though? Looks great. Full moon, storm clouds. I need to just clean some of this stuff up. Clean it up, make it nice, clean it up. I'm almost done here, guys. Almost done. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave the background open and hope the colorist is Actually, they're using. I think they're using the colorist from the other guy. So I look forward to seeing what they do. Just use the same colors for all three covers. That's a good idea. Keep it clean. Keep it simple. Looks good. A fine young lass, isn't she, though?
That's so cool.
Now I'm just kind of being
So just go
a little
in the
anal,
dark.
so I should probably just stop. Save image. Oh, let's flatten it up. Oh, actually, let me delete that layer. Flatten image. Okay. Save as TADHYA. Save as JPEG.
Like that one. That one. Yeah, that one.
All right.
I've never seen it.
I've never
And I'll
seen
send that off
I kill
to
people with that.
more detail. Tab, fill, tab. There it is, guys. You have watched it become a thing in real time. How long did that take? 3 hours, 23 minutes. Oof. Do some jewelry design some time ago. I did. That's true. I like the detail on the earrings. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so there she is, Miss TADHYA. Don't forget, TADHYA launches tomorrow on Indiegogo. Get to the link. You can sign up for a discount. Oh, darn it. Hold on a second. Look at that. How did I let that get out of my... Terrible. So sloppy. Sloppy.
I just want. I love that.
What's it wrong?
That? Yeah. It does.
Why'd you guys let me do that? You missed most of it.
Oh no.
Sorry. Save as. Heck. Save.
I want to
That's
see
not-
Wellen's beautiful face. Oh my
What's
god.
happening?
Girl, right there.
Save as. Oh, okay. Cancel. Oh, so I'm saving. It's already a JPEG. All right, cool. So I was fixing the final. Good. Right on, rock and roll, everybody. Like it's so. She's wearing shoulder puffs, but no top. She's wearing shoulder puffs. Yes. You haven't seen the design. You missed a strand. I know. I was thinking about doing like little individual hairs, but I don't know how mussy that would make her look. I think this looks okay. Right? Oh shoot! I forgot to do. Got to sign it. Where should I sign? I'm just going to sign.
Wow. So much on him. Oh my gosh. Nicole. The rain day.
Safe. All right, there it is. High quality hours send things in JPEG. I'm afraid. Do people do digital to save time? Mike does it to indulge his OCD. Shh, shush. All right, I'm gonna get back to try to figure out how to pack stuff without any packaging material. Actually, I'll probably be sitting here printing out print labels to get prepared for Monday. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. TADHYA. It's in the description. Links in the description. Do get there and get to Magus 7 as well. Magus 7 is going to be. I don't even have a thing for Magus 7 here. Go back Max Boost, maxboost.com. Get to Magus7.com. Sign up for that, and I'll see you in 10 minutes. No, not me. But enjoy it. Thanks for being here. Have a good day. And don't forget to subscribe, subscribe, share, do all that fun stuff. God bless you guys. I'll see you later. Peace.
Yeah.